And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to bring you some of the alpha chads of the internet. We are going to be playing some Shadowdark RPG today. Hello, everybody. I see, guys, my mom is in the chat. Amazing. Everybody tell my mom hi.
Hey, Mom.
So on stream, we created a setting. We called it Blackmeer. You guys helped me create it. We rolled up some dungeon locations on the map. That map is open player knowledge as far as the terrain, but not so much like the dungeon locations. You guys haven't heard about those yet, but eventually, as you guys start exploring, you're gonna find some dungeons, and we're gonna key all of this stuff in. We're gonna fill in the map together, but we will be using 1-to-1 timekeeping. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You've tuned into the calendar enjoyers. Every day that passes in real life will also be one day that passes in our game table, except for whenever we're playing. When we're playing, the time will be jumping up sometimes days ahead. But the only downside to that is that the players, if they're pushed too far ahead in the calendar, when next week comes around, we have our next session, they won't be able to play the same PCs. They will have to create another PC and engage with the world in a different way. I see some people here. I'm very glad to see you guys had an opportunity to make it. I know you had some traveling to do, so awesome. Very cool to see you. Awesome. We do have some optional rules from Shadowdark that we will be using in this campaign. Just a quick breakdown, but everything is going to be in the description of the video. So if you hear me make a ruling and you're like, that's not what I read in the book, check page 111. There are some optional rules there. So let's quickly just go over them just so everybody knows. There are parts of some of the optional rules that I like, and then other parts I was like, I'm not going to use that part. So let's keep in mind that we are going to be playing with the pulp rules, but only the one that says you have no maximum luck token. You can have as many as you can collect, but the other ones disregard. We are playing hunter mode, which means you're going to get XP for defeating monsters, whether that means killing them or just like outsmarting them using spells and stuff to turn them away. You will get half of their challenge rating rounded down in XP. Momentum rules. Dice explode on a crit. So if you have a critical success on your attack or spell and you roll the damage die, if you get the maximum number on that die, you get to re-roll the die and add that number to your total. And there's no maximum to that. So if you have a D6 weapon and you hit a 6 on your crit, you get to take that 6, add it to your total, and then roll the dice again and keep going. Hopefully you hit infinite crits, infinite 6s, and just destroy the evil lich with one shot. Yes, Jack?
If I may clarify, that's not limited to like a natural 20 on the roll. That's anytime you roll maximum damage on your weapon die.
We're going to keep it crits.
Thank you for clarifying.
We are doing blitz mode, which means that the torch timers are only 30 minutes, not 1 hour. Given that this is going to be a 1-to-1 time game, the session focus is getting your group together quickly, moving to the dungeon, and collecting treasure, and then getting out before the session is over. We will be starting this campaign in a city, so getting to a safe place is pretty reasonable for session 1. It won't be a problem, but the torches, you're going to burn through them. Let's see. Oh, grinder mode. Now, this was a Parker contribution. So grinder is actually a big block of text, so bear with me. After a successful rest, you only will regain 1 stat point of damage per stat every day after a successful rest. So the core rules say, if you lose 6 of your strength from like a white drain attack, you would get them back on a full rest. In this version, you're only going to get 1 point of them back every day. And since we're using 1-to-1 time, track it closely. It will matter. Hopefully by the time the next session rolls around, you're back to full, but we'll see. Also, you only regain HP to equal to 1 die roll of your class's hit die. So if you are a thief at level 2 and you have 6 hit points in total, but you've taken 5 points of damage or 1, you could roll a d4 after your rest and only get 1 hit point back. It is possible. And spellcasters will choose they'll get to choose 1d4 of their lost spells to return to them. So this is going to be a tougher session. I think in general, people are going to die. I hope they do, because we must give blood to the blood god, also known as chat. They want to see you guys brutalized, and so that's what we're here for. The last thing I want to include is that we are going to be using something called Spellburn, which is you can actively choose to reduce one of your stats. Just like you were taking stat damage, you take 1 point of stat damage of your choice to increase a d20 roll on a 1-to-1 basis. Example, you roll a 12, you're like, man, I just don't know if that's going to hit this monster or not. You know what? I'm going to sacrifice 2 points of charisma. I'm going to bump it up to a 14. Let's go. And then you hit, but it's going to take you 2 days to get that charisma back.
Can I ask about that? Do we have to do that before we know the result of the roll, or can we do it after?
Before. Blood. There must be blood. Okay, so and that will tie into the grinder mode, which is, you are only going to get that 1 stat point per stat back per day. So this is a 1-to-1 time game. Keep that in mind. We will be doing training and grading in this system. So if you are a paladin and you are not adhering to the principles of being a paladin, I will grade you poorly. This means that to train to level 2, it will be more expensive and more time for you. So be principled, role play well, and you won't have any problems. Okay. I don't want to see the cleric, the lawful cleric slicing somebody's throat open. Okay. Maybe try to bless somebody, do what your class is supposed to do. You're going to get good grades. Training is 1 week per grade point, basically. But the paying for the training is a little different because we're not doing 1E, right? 1,500 gold is just way too much in this system. So instead, it's 1 gold for every XP you're training. So to train to level 2, you need 10 gold and 10 XP, right? So there you go. If you get a grade of 1, if you're doing really well, it's only going to take 1 week, 10 gold, and then you burn through your 10 XP, you're level 2, right? It's pretty easy. Tracks just like what the system would have us, what the system would imply. So I see that we had some gifted memberships going out. Thank you. It doesn't really show me who sent. Oh, my man, Meth BS, my ear trumpet has been struck by lightning. Thank you for the gifted subs. Everybody who has just received a membership, you are entitled to join us on Discord and play. After a couple of games, once I get to know you, maybe you can hop online and you can play in the stream with us, and I can kill your character in front of a crowd. It'll be a blast. I do want to go by. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. I want to mention Bodwick here says stat burning for spells is one of my favorite things in Dungeon Crawl Classics. So what I'm doing is I'm adjusting it a little bit and allowing it for fighters and for thieves as well. So not just spell burn. We're going to call this one soul burn. Okay, so let's go around the room. Everybody can tell me a little bit about their character. I want to hear your 7-page backstory. Let's start with Chenko.
So this guy is a human paladin. And he's recently had a spate of bad luck where he's gotten knocked over the head and turned to stone separately within the space of 3 days. He found himself working with a group of people who saved him, and he, being a lawful guy and a paladin, he felt the honorable thing to do was to, because he owes it to them for saving him, was to help these people regardless of what they were trying to do. So he ended up in a dungeon somewhere with these guys, and they got ambushed by a spider monster, and at which point... all chaos broke loose, and he lost. He found himself alone again. He lost track of all the other people. He wandered around, trying to escape some traps, and came outside again. Probably went through a couple of portals or something. He wasn't quite clear because everything was really hectic, and he ended up here, wherever the hell this is.
Fair enough. We will get into where we are. Let's head over. Jack, my main goblin man.
Well, how did you know I was going to play a goblin? It's almost like you pay attention. I'm playing Fizzleboom, the Goblin Apprentice. Wizard extraordinaire, has the most rarefied selection of spells. You will be dazzled. And the only tragic thing about him is that he has no real story. He grew up as a sailor, and now he somehow managed to get trained as a wizard, and now he seeks to make his fortune out in the Shadowdark. And hearing that he's got a paladin to tag along with, he's all about that. I know very little about the world, but following paladins is generally is either a really good thing or a really bad thing, but something's going to happen.
I have no doubt you will reach level 10. You've got this. How many hit points do you have, Fizzleboom?
4.
Perfect.
50%
chance to kill you with a D6. Awesome.
When I was going to roll them, I asked my wife, kiss this die. I need all the luck I could. And 4. She delivered for me, baby.
Excellent.
Love you, baby.
Let's head up to Corv.
Heyo. Corv is a half-orc fighter. He spent most of his life in a traveling band of mostly purebred orc, and so wasn't really that welcome, but just raiding, pillaging, taking what he could. Most recently, he's decided that life didn't really feel like it was for him, so he found the nearest well-dressed man, murdered him in cold blood and took his clothing, and has used that to kind of put over top of his armor. And he's come into town. He wants to be a part of society now. So he's got this sort of tattered, ripped up, bloodied nobleman's clothing, like haphazardly put over top of his armor. And he's trying to make an honest man of himself now.
The merchant's clothes are really nice, and they don't fit you at all.
They're very stretched over the armor. There's tears in the back of it. It's not a good time.
All right, let's head over to Screw Tape. Tell us a little bit about Screw Tape.
Screw Tape is a goblin robber, a roblin, if you will. He's an urchin. Nobody really knows where he comes from or where he goes to. Some say he's from under the bed, and others say he stays in the closet. His goal is to amass as much wealth as possible, and as people say, the shadows are money, friend.
Yeah, shadows are money, friend. So he's come to the right place. The city of Thane is full of opportunity for those who are willing to risk it for the biscuit. I'm hoping that everybody lives a long and happy life, and I just know that Screw Tape, as a thief, he probably has like 10 hit points, right?
5.
Oh, he actually is kind of stacked though. Nice. Okay, very cool. And then we're gonna head down to Frath.
Yeah, so I'm playing Frath, the human wizard. As his former job in the Jewelers Guild, he studied some magical gems and kind of learned to be a wizard through that. And now he's here to test out his highly experimental star metal wand.
Okay, very cool. So you got you rolled up the magic wand from the talent table.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, dude. I don't know what it does. Surprise me. This is gonna be great. Yeah, let's see what happens. So I think we're ready to get started. Let's envision for a moment a sprawling city. It's a port city. And are you familiar with the city of Lankmar from Fritz Leiber? Or I have a few inspirations. If you've seen the Conan movies or Deathstalker 1 through 6, you can have an idea of what this city looks like. I do envision like the peasantry and the local shopkeepers. They are all dressed like the old Prince Valiant comic books with like the bright colors, but it's like weird linens. I really like that style, and so like when you're picturing it, think of like the weird bold Prince Valiant haircuts, the bobs. And densely packed cities with far too many troublemakers looking to make a coin. The city of Thane, it rests on right next to a freshwater pond that runs to the ocean, and so it has done very well in imports, exports. There's fresh food for everyone to eat, and so the population has boomed far out of control. There's over 100,000 people living in this city, but you'd probably suspect that it could sustain 40 to 50 comfortably. And so the tenements are stacked on top of each other, and you can see that in the slum districts, the things grew up where there was no more room to grow out. People come from all over to Thane, the more educated type, because there is a university. There's a bardic university and a wizarding school. I will have, how about this? Who wants to tell me what's the name of the school in Thane that people travel from all over to learn magic?
The College Inscrutable.
All right. So some of you have come to Thane to study at the College Inscrutable, and that music is a little distracting. And so you spend all of your money on books, on new wizarding robes. You're a wizard now, and you're broke. Some of you have struggled to find a place in society, and so you've cut your way through people who stood in your way. Others stand tall for the Duke who rules over the land. But all of you are broke and hungry. You have just enough supplies to last you for a couple of days, and so you're currently sitting at the Pig Swill. It's a small tavern. The Pig Swill is a place where most students go because they have drinks available for just a few copper. You can have fish stew for 2 copper, and it's a means to an end. You get to meet people, maybe trade notes if you missed a class, maybe trade spells if you've accomplished something. But there's a job board, most importantly, for aspiring students and ne'er-do-wells.
I immediately went ahead for that job board.
For session 1, I will be leading you into a dungeon where you will explore, hopefully not die. After you break out of this dungeon, we will be in an open, always-on campaign, and at that point, it's your responsibility to find clues in the city for other adventures and bring those to the next session. But once we get the world kickstarted with this little starting adventure, it's up to you guys after that to figure out who's who in this town. Like which factions do you want to align yourself with? How are you going to gain power? How are you going to gain influence, and where can you find that? So researching is really important. I will be sharing with you guys the information from Curse Scroll number 6 after this session, which will give you some options for your downtime. You can choose one every week, and then that's a quick D20 roll. It's resolved immediately, and then we'll be in open Braunstein where you guys can just send me your downtime orders and then write your scene posts. And Taylor doesn't know what that means because he's been Braunsteining before we discovered Scene and Goss. So he's like, I just know to like, make plots with people. But we're not going to get into like what that means today. We can talk about that after the camera's off because it is time to get started. You all are currently sitting at it's a public table. It's a long bench-like table. And you're all sitting across from each other. And everyone's talking about the most recent job posting. It went up about 2 weeks ago. And sadly, the last two people, there was some dwarf twin brothers. They tried to take on this task. And if rumors are to be heard, they never came back from the job. So there are still lots of riches to be uncovered for those who are brave enough to pursue it. The job details that there is everybody knows about this ancient jeweler / magician. He actually studied at the College Inscrutable. He was one of the deans. He retired, and afterwards he set up a jeweling shop where he would craft magic rings and find the finest jewelry for the nobles of the land. He passed on, and his son took over the household, and now his son, the grandson of the famous Draxus, the powerful jeweler mage, is currently reaching out to toughs who are willing to help him out. And so he asked simply just, head to my manor. This man's name is Jareem, the grandson of Draxus, the magician, the jeweler mage. And yeah, just come to my, it's in the Noble District. So it is outside of where you guys are typically found. You have cheap housing in the slums. That's where you live. And so you're talking about going to like a Noble District, and you're going to be invited in to an estate.
I have no doubt we're going to fit in seamlessly.
You guys brought your your nice clothing, right? I just got mine freshly washed. Feel like you guys should probably get dressed a little
All
nicer.
my clothes are my good clothes.
Those are not good clothes.
Good clothes and me don't really mix.
All right, well, we did our best.
The answer to your question is no.
Sadly, you are looking at your attire, and aside from Corv, who has, for some reason, some really nice designer jacket that's ripped. Like this back seam is just ripped completely, but it's very obviously a Rotello jacket. You don't know how he could afford that, but it looks super nice. But aside from that, the rest of you are probably scraping by in boiled leathers, maybe some shabby school robes. I need somebody to roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
All right. That is an 85.
85. All right. You guys leave the Pig Swill. The Pig Swill Tavern. Maybe you're like smashing your drink as you're like walking out the door. And you step out into a bustling city of fishmongers, some of the needy. You actually see like there's like almost like a tent village that's been set up around the outside of the Pig Swill, and it seems that people are breathing in some kind of vapor and going to sleep and kind of like turning it, like their heads are kind of bobbing forward a little bit and relaxing, and it seems that they found some way to get out of the the daily grind, they found some release in this it's like a pinkish vapor. They scratch open a piece of paper and it blows up into their face, and they seem to relax and just really enjoy themselves.
That looks fun. I should try that.
You can. You want to
want
give
some
it a
too.
on a
go?
mission. It might not be a good idea to show up, inebriated.
What are you, a cop?
Oh yeah. Plus, I also don't have gold or apparently clothes.
Actually, somebody steps forward from the tent village. They see you kind of eyeing it, and they whisper, "The vapors.
What?
Vapors."
What? Oh, vapor. I want vapors. What's vapors?
1 silver vapors. It's the best. It's the best. Come here.
I'll come here.
Yeah.
What does this person look like?
Oh, dude, it is the fattest. Like, this guy is so overweight. It's a human male, chubby. You can see, like, he's got a brown vest. It looks like felt, really nice, but it looks like it fit like a 10-year-old, and like his huge pot belly. It butts up against the top of his pot belly, so like the vest only fits up here, and his huge gut is just like hanging over. He's like, "Oh, come here, check out the vapors. This stuff will set you straight. You got problems? I promise you won't by the time you're done with my vapors. Come on, 1 silver."
I give him a silver.
He slides you a little. It looks like a tiny rectangle of paper, and you can see it's very clearly like a miniature envelope, and all you have to do is pop it open, he says, and the vapor, like, it's a one-time use, but the vapors will release, and you will be euphoric. First one's only a silver.
All right, I pocket it, saving it for a rainy day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You slide it into the Rotello pocket. That's like this fine silk pocket, like laced on the inside of your jacket. And yeah, you guys head to the High District. You notice that it's a different vibe as you're moving through the slums. Also, everything that was created on stream is public knowledge to you guys. So you know about the church district, the highs, the lows. There is a canal district as well. Anything I make publicly, I think, should be knowledge. So like, we've built this setting together. You guys in chat have helped me build it. So it's public knowledge for your characters as well. The only thing that you don't know about is the dungeon locations. Okay. So you notice it's a different vibe because like there are lots of guards in the slums. They are hyper aggressive, always like patting people down. If there's even like a look of trouble, you're almost immediately surrounded by 3 or 4 tough dudes who are there to keep the peace, the Duke's peace. And the beauty of Duke Reginald's his city is that you are mostly safe if you don't upset the wrong people and you keep to your studies. They want the university to do well. It is an institution, and so they don't want the school to like fall into ruin. And so the guards take their job very seriously, and the Duke Reginald wants a safe city. Now, for the most part, if you're a citizen in good standing, you do your job, you go to work, you go home, you're not gonna have any problems. But there's also a seedy underbelly of this city. There are crews that are working constantly to get an edge up. There are migrants coming into the city who have ill intention. They don't support the Duke's idea of what a civilization should be. They come from the docks. They come on board ships, and they come in droves, and they often get work but every so often they bring with them their culture and the way things are done in the Far East. And sometimes their problems are handled with a dagger. And so there is a duality of existence here. For people in the slums, you have this massive police force that seems to always just be pressing in on you. And as you move through the market district, you notice that there's a lot of people selling exotic goods and interesting things that are out of your budget. Even the university district, where the mage school, the college, the Bard College, and the college Inscrutable are, it's so expensive. And just beyond that, the very crests of the hills, the guards thin out. The trees are more spaced apart. The parks are more frequent. And the smell of flowers reach your noses. And eyes and heads all turn to see this ragtag group of people in a place where they don't belong. But you do see the estate at the foot of the hills. This Draxus estate, now led by his grandson Jareem, it's fallen into disrepair. It's still beautiful. It's still far grander than anything you've ever lived in. But comparing it to some of the other manses and estates, you see that he just doesn't have the same power and income that his grandfather's dynasty established all those years ago.
Our instructions take us to a specific place.
The front door.
Then we proceed as instructed. Anyone else have objections? Good. Fizzleboom shall lead the way. I'll naturally be the spokesperson for the party. My charm and wit. Oh, and I trip and fall flat on my face as I'm walking in that direction.
The issue with the goblins is that they're some of those Eastern influences that have come to the city. And the rightful human dynasty of Thane is being questioned because the issue with goblins is they... Fizzle is in the front rank, absolutely. The problem is that the goblins breed so quickly that humans can't keep up. While a human mother will gestate and have one, maybe twins in rare cases, goblins are bred in litters of 5 to 7. And so, and their gestation period is much, much shorter, 3 months. And so lawful goblins come, establish communities in their respective districts, and then they outpace every other race in their breeding. You, Fizzleboom, and also Screwtape, you are first generation goblins. Like, you live in Thane, you were born in Thane, you've only known life in Thane, but you also know the culture of your parents, and it's it can be vicious. It's very cutthroat, and you've tried to abandon some of the more unsavory traditions like cannibalism and the right of blood, which is only the strong survive, because the laws of Thane don't tolerate that sort of thing. And so you hear your parents talk about, like, well, why don't you just kill that kid in your class who's giving you a hard time?
Mom, you don't understand. That's not how we do things here. Yes, Fizzleboom very much is a vocal supporter of the human regime because he does not want to live according to the old ways.
Screwtape is less vocal, though at least a little bit of a supporter because less likely to get killed.
Right. He's more like trying to keep his throat unslit. Yeah.
Yes.
There are other species that have come to this place. Some of them have added a lot to the culture. In particular, the elves. The elves do really well for themselves in the market district. They make a lot of money. They have an excellent rapport with the Duke, with Duke Reginald. He invites them in. They basically have free visas. They can just come and go as they please. They do come in through the docks, just like every other guest. But they offer so much in culture, in magic, and philosophy, because they live for so long that the city is blessed to have a good standing with Elfland. Another race that has come into to Thane are the dwarves from the west. They do not come in from the sea. They have marched their people in from the mountains. They have been at war with the orc tribes, the Savage Kings, and so for them, they've come to Thane as an alliance of strength, of sword and board, and the people of Thane are ever grateful to offer assistance because they know that the dwarves will stand tall at about waist high for them when they need help. You're brought into a fine meeting room where there's a grand table that is very dusty, because most places that are set at that table have been sitting there for quite a while. Only one spot closest to the fire is regularly sat at, and there you see the noble person by the name of Jareem. And he asks you to sit down. Thank you so much. I didn't think anybody would want to take on this job after what happened last week. So thank you guys for coming. This is amazing.
What happened last week doesn't scare me at all.
It doesn't? Well, I don't know if you know, but my grandfather is the amazing mage jeweler Draxus.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
wow. I'm a big fan of your grandfather's work.
Yeah.
Can
I mean, his rings are still being circulated.
Can I clean your shoes? Are your shoes clean enough?
They are actually, but thank you for the offer, little friend. Here's the thing. I'm gonna get straight to it. In my basement, that's where my grandfather's workshop used to be. His magical arcane jewelry shop. He would forge his magic rings down there, and my father locked up the basement because we heard like some crazy sounds coming from down there. And this was when I was a kid. This was like 20 years ago. And I am trying, now that my father's dead, I'm trying to reinvigorate my family's name. And to do that, I need that forge and basement cleared out. There's definitely some kind of ghost down there because I can hear it wailing through the door. There's something down there. It's not good. I can't pay you anything to do this, but I know that my grandfather left like a whole lot. I used to be down there with him when he would craft stuff, and I know there's gold ingots and all sorts of gems down there that were abandoned when he died because he had a ghost problem, and I haven't been in there since I was a little kid. So how about this? You help me clear it out of whatever's down there, the ghosts and whatever's making that weird scratching sound, and I will let you keep whatever treasures you find down there.
Whatever we find down there is ours. Fair salvage.
Absolutely. Whatever you find down there, you can keep
Pond
it.
right here now.
Yeah, as long as it's not bolted to the ground, because my father's forge is actually like built into the ground. So please don't destroy that, because that's going to be a part of my plan to reinvigorate the family name.
I promise if we walk out with it, it was that way when we found it.
I'm asking you in particular to not take that. Like, do not do that thing that you just said you're going to do. Don't do that.
I find your counter offer acceptable. Would you please give me a minute to confer with my colleagues?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, and also, would you like something to eat?
Yes.
All right, I'll whip something up.
I have a question. Fizzleboom.
Corv, yes.
What is a colleague?
It is like a college, but a person instead of a place.
Yeah. Colleges, I know about those. Thank you.
A colleague is a very smart person who you know. That's why you're my colleague.
Nice. You're my colleague too.
Indeed, I am. Go ahead, Chango.
I don't like ghosts. What's up, Chango?
Yeah, I just want to ask the quest giver, Jareem, quickly, because when he mentioned the basement, I'd like to say, just to ask what he knows about the basement, since it's in his property. I know he says he hasn't ever been in there, but
I have, but I was a little kid.
But from what you know, are there any traps? Are there any areas that have collapsed? Are there any things about the layout that it might help us clear out the ghosts faster?
I would assume there are going to be some traps, but my grandfather was like a very brilliant magician, so he didn't really get into like how he would protect our family legacy. But he was a very brilliant magician, and he wrote many books on building magical glyphs to protect, and I've read his books, and so I know for a fact that absolutely he has some sort of way to protect the house, and so there's going to be something down there that will be lethal to you, because last week I had two dwarven brothers. They took on this job and they went down there, and so here's the thing is I have this door. I keep it locked. I have the key. And I'm going to lock the door behind you as you guys go in. And I'm going to sit down there and I'm going to wait for you to tell me to open the door, because I'm not letting anything out. Okay? I was sitting there at the door, and you can hear through the door, and they was like, hey, everything's fine. No big deal. And then I heard them screaming, and I was like, guys? And they never came out. And that was a week ago. So I don't think they made it. I'm going to be honest with you. So now I'm only letting bigger groups of people go in. 2's not enough.
Well, you've got the right guys.
5 is a much better number. And we have a paladin. Dwarves are not well suited to ghost work. Had they known that, they probably would not have accepted it. Because, you hear the saying, it's ghosts and goblins.
Paladins. Yeah, I know the saying.
But we have a paladin too, and so that gives us a leg up on such things. With bravery, goodness, shining light against the darkness. You are all of those things, right, Chanko?
He doesn't answer you. Chanko doesn't answer you directly, but then he kind of nods and says, at least I believe in what's right. And order and justice. And ghosts, I can assure you, don't belong in this world. If that's the answer.
They don't.
My heart. Yes, that's what I believe in. Rules, order, orderliness.
So he brings out a charcuterie board, and he's giving you guys pickles and meats as he's like, come on, check out the basement with me. You can have your little snack here. And he leads you down through a very dusty mansion. It looks like there's no one here to help him maintain this place. He's like, as you can see, things are kind of falling apart a little bit. hopefully, we can establish a really good relationship. You help me, I help you, and I can maybe offer you some jobs in the future. I can get you connected to some people who I know. Even though like I'm not as wealthy as I used to be, I still have my name, and that goes a long way. So help me and I'll help you. He leads you down into a basement, and you can see like there are jewelry racks, like cases, display cases, and they're all empty. And then there is a silver door. It's made of wood, but you can see like there's inlaid silver patterns that they are very clearly designed by an elf, by the Elven Society. You can see it's very beautiful and like filigree silver inlaid all throughout the wood. And he's got the key here. He's like, all right, when you guys are ready, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to sit here. And he's got a little stool that he's set up. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to wait. I guess like this will take you a couple of hours, maybe. Hopefully you can get through this and make it back out. I hope all of you make it out, but I'm going to be honest with you. This is a deadly job with potential huge upsides because there's a lot of magic and gold down there.
Because it's such a deadly job, I want to be abundantly clear. We are not ready for you to open the door yet. We need to plan amongst us.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe like decide your marching orders and things like that, and then just let me know how you want to do that.
Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I would feel extremely confident if Corv was going first. With Chanko right behind him.
Who?
Corv.
No, that guy's busy. I'd choose somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, how far can you see, Fizzleboom? You're a goblin. Can you see in the dark? Because he mentioned there were glyphs in the dungeon.
I'm a civilized goblin. We don't do that.
All right, well,
he has abandoned the blood rights of the cannibal cult that he was his family's a part of, and therefore, since he does not partake in the eating of humanoid flesh, he cannot see in the dark.
Disgusting.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was just saying there might be magical glyphs, and I don't understand them. I don't think anyone else does except for you guys.
Aha! I will be able to counter any glyphs that we find. I am confident of that. Especially with Frath here. Because what I don't know, Frath knows. When I speak, he is silent. When I know things, he makes us wonder. Okay. Who's going first down the stairs?
I vote Chanko.
Me too. I vote that too.
I can go down first, but are we going single file or two each?
I ask, what's his face, how wide the stairs are going down. Can we go two abreast?
Oh, well, you're currently already in the cellar. So he's just going to open the door to the shop, like to his grandfather's space whenever you're ready.
What
There's
if the
no
ghost
stairs.
comes out now?
It doesn't seem to come through the door. I think the door is protecting us.
Relying on
I can go in the first line if someone behind me has a torch. I have a sword in one hand and a shield in the other.
I have a staff, so I have no problem carrying a torch and being number 2.
I think I'll take up the rear then, just to make sure we're not getting ambushed from behind, and I'm the closest to the exit.
Very good. Then, Screw Tape, do you think you're better off in the center or in position number 4?
Position 4.
Position 4. Okay, so Frath, you'll be right behind me.
Yep.
The good news is you can probably see over my head to cast spells.
So this is for Screw Tape in particular. I don't know about your experience with Shadowdark RPG, but it's not like 5e. You're not going to be able to get your sneak attack in whenever you want. It's more about if there is anybody that could see you, you are seen. Okay. And so the only way you're going to get any kind of sneak backstab stuff going on is if you are being very proactive about spending turns to hide. Okay. Eventually your mage friends will cast invisibility on you. That'll be great. But for now, you have to take a turn, sneak along and hide, get ahead of the group, maybe. because if they blow your cover's blown. It's just a lot harder to get that powerful explosion of dice than it is in 5e. Just a heads up for you, okay?
If I'm reading correctly, I don't get any sneak attack bonus until 2nd level, correct?
You will have 1 backstab die at 1st level, and then at 2nd level you add half your level to that one backstab die. I think it's called backstab.
Yeah, backstab.
Yeah, so at 1st level, you have 1 backstab die when it pulls off. So you have your normal weapon and then 1 backstab die. At level 2, you get half your level rounded down. So you get your normal attack, your 1 backstab die, and then half your level, which is another one. So it would be 3 weapon die in total.
Okay.
I think that's the way that works.
Okay, but actually getting backstab is more like AD&D, correct?
Yeah, it's just harder to do. So you have to spend a turn hiding and like making sure that nobody knows you're there. And then once like combat's going off, they know you're there, right? So it's not something you can reliably depend on getting. Your strength is that you get advantage on all thief things. So like unlocking doors, hiding, sneaking, pickpocketing, like you have advantage on everything. You're going to do really well. I love playing a thief in Shadowdark. They're just so much fun in my solo play. All right, so I have the marching order. I have that Fizzle is going to hold the torch. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Anything else you want to do before you get after this?
1 second, I need to set up a torch timer. 30 minutes, as we were discussing.
Yeah, I'll take care of the timers. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Never mind. The torch
It seems that the chat is at your side. I'm gonna say it. I was thinking about this, and I asked the guys, if you want to donate, make a donation, join a membership or whatever, and offer a reroll or something horrible to mess with these guys, you are
tokens, right?
We did decide that would be okay. So if you want to be generous and throw a donation our way to mess with the guys, or maybe to save them, maybe you like somebody and you don't want them to die, send a little message with your chat there and let us know what it is you want to do to mess with them. I'm open to it, and the guys are open to it. So we'll let that happen.
That says "Wandering Monsters," it'll be Wandering Monsters.
Okay. So, anything else before we open the door?
Fizzleboom, what spells do you have? You should probably complete it.
Well, my first spell is I can cast it on any object I can touch, and if anyone touches, interferes with, or opens that object, I will hear an alarm in my head.
Oh, I have that spell too.
And I can also create a disc behind me that can carry many items, like 4 or 5 corpses. I've carried at least 3 on it myself. And last but not least, behold my most fearsome power. I can look at a door that is already closed and make it so that no one can open it unless they push on it really hard.
Pardon the interruption. Where's the magic where you make people fly apart? That's what I'm hoping to find.
I haven't progressed that far in my classes yet, I'll have you know.
Maybe we can find a scroll of that.
The roster was very clouded. It was a very long wait to learn sleep and magic missile and all the things that you think you know if you know so much about wizarding.
Classes are all full. How about you, Frath? What spells do you have?
Be a goblin in this town, you know.
I've also got that nifty little spell that lets you know if somebody's touched an object or walked through a doorway.
Yes.
It's actually really good in 1-to-1 time,
Yeah.
but not so great in the dungeon.
I also have the locking door spell. And I have a spell that helps me make friends.
Okay.
Charm.
Oh,
Nice. Maybe you get the ghost to like you.
That. I
Maybe.
hope it works on ghosts.
I've also got my highly experimental wand.
Redundant.
Right, you do have a wand. I don't even know what it does. So whenever it comes time, bro, I'm ready for the reveal. It's probably like something terrible. It gives you a curse or something. That is something to keep in mind, is that a lot of the fun of this system is getting magic items and then like just generating them at the table. And so as far as like rewards, I have notes about like things that are in the dungeon, but what they do, I don't know. And so we'll figure that out together as you roll the dice for your own results. It might slow the game down a little bit, but I think it's really freaking fun. So we're going to keep it. All right. So are you guys ready to make some gold? Remember, this is a 1-to-1 time game, which means that in 2 hours, we have to pull out of this dungeon no matter how far you get.
Let's go.
All right. Dream opens up the door.
Holding the torch.
There is a dark hallway. There's a dark hallway right in front of you. You enter in, and then quickly you hear the door shut behind you. You hear as he locks it. He says, "I'm right here. This is a trust thing. You have to trust me. I'm not going anywhere."
I have to be honest, it's kind of insulting considering the 2 wizards you have standing here. Well, that door is not going to open for anyone.
That's a fair point. If you want it to stay shut, it probably won't open. Chenko, I see your hand is up. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, but before we move away from the door, seeing as he's standing on the other side, I quickly ask him what direction we're facing.
You are looking south. The tunnel,
we're facing hallway south. Okay, got it.
Joe, are you doing the map drawing?
I'm trying.
I love you. Thank you for that.
Absolutely, dude. Joe's so awesome. Okay, so you are heading south, and you can see that there are some cobwebs that are like hanging from the top corners of this space, and the human people in the party, like you're hitting them like full on. Sometimes these cobwebs are like just like pumping right into your mouth and like your eyes, and you can feel it in your hair. Like there might be some like spiders crawling through, getting in your clothes. He has that really nice Rotello jacket. They could just be like creeping along. It's just house spiders, but like, man, it is. This place has not been traversed in a very long time.
House spiders are never satisfying.
You do see, after just a little bit of walking south, that the path turns to the east, and you see that there is an archway made of obsidian marble, black marble, and it's set into the hallway, and it looks like the archway kind of like closes the tunnel a little bit. You can see it's only like 5 feet long. It's not very big, but it is solid black marble. It's beautiful. And the decoration of it is an old man that's like grinning at the very top. You can see like they've carved a face, and it's like old man. He's like grinning at you. And it's very dusty, and there are spider webs all over the top part of it.
Okay, team, what do we think?
There's nothing here.
Nothing. Okay, no worth looking. Proceed on ahead. Where did it keep moving ahead?
Sure. You walk through the marble, and like again, you have to like get the cobwebs out of the way. You take the torch and kind of burn some of it, just so like you're not like breathing it in. The dust here, you guys are walking along this space, and you're kicking up dust, and you can feel it's like it's in your nose, it's in your mouth. This place is dirty and old. After 30 years, maybe since the last time this place was explored, it's collected quite a lot of dust. You pass through the marble archway, no problem, and after a little while, the hallway turns to the north, and you see another marble black obsidian archway set into the tunnel. It kind of like, again, it condenses your space, and you have to go single file through it. And at the top, you can see again that carved. It's a handsome but older human face, and it's like doing this to you. And that's just at the top, because like the sides are just black marble. But you can see like there's like a little face with like a little thumbs up. He's like smiling at you. Seems this guy really, he loved himself a lot.
Is that section of the arch, is it carved into the arch, or is it like a tile, like its own little tile?
It is a part of the marble itself. They chiseled it out of the marble. And so what happens is as you're passing through, like you can see like the hallway kind of condenses, like gets short, and like you can see this is just a beautiful decoration here. Yes, Joe. Chenko.
Yeah. Do the two like images that are on the arches that we've seen so far in any way resemble Jareem? The faces.
This would have to be. This is an older man. You can't really see any kind of connection.
It could be his grandfather, right? Or is it somebody completely different?
You would assume reasonably that it is. This is Draxus's jewelry shop and magic laboratory, and so you would have to assume that is Draxus.
Okay. Good to know, because if it's somebody else, then it might be something of consequence in here,
Screw tape.
Are the faces in the arches the same? Like, do they have the same expression as well?
The expression's a little different. And the first one was like, but it's the same guy. He's kind of smiling and like looking at you. And the next one, he's like, it's much more of like a silly, like, yee. He's having a good time with this place. Like it looks like he had a lot of disposable income, and he has decorated the place in his image. After a while, the path. So you were moving east. You turned north, and you saw the black obsidian. And after a while, the path turns west. So you're just moving around in a square tunnel that is decorated. Maybe he had this space to like entertain guests. Like, oh, look at this like grand archway coming through this space. You're heading west now, coming back around on a loop, and now you see a white marble archway set into the walls. It's the exact same as the obsidian ones, only this time it's pearly white, and it is like the exact same man, but this time his expression is more like a playful, like, oh, I'm so shocked.
So I'm getting vibes of sort of the comedy tragedy masks.
Yeah, something like that for sure.
So clearly what he intends is the white parts are good for us and the black parts are bad for us, because that's the normal association of those colors. To call it out again, if I haven't seen anything that screams possible secret, but if you guys do, call it out and let's investigate it. Have we actually stopped and investigated any of these spaces closely? Okay, we
just
should,
what you saw.
We should stop at the nearest one and take a closer look. I mean, maybe there's a switch. Can we push the eyes? Can we reach in there and fiddle with the tongue? What? So I nominate Screw Tape to investigate first and foremost, because he's good at these kind of things. Meanwhile, we'll keep an eye and make sure nothing sneaks up on him and murders him. Deal?
Yep.
Yes, please do keep me safe.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You can roll. Give me an intelligence roll as you're like scanning this thing, looking for switches or any kind of trouble.
19.
There is absolutely nothing to find except for lots of dust and cobwebs. You are short, and so it's a little harder for you to get to the top, but like from where you're at, like you're looking, and Just looks like a marble archway with a silly face that was carved into it.
If I notice that he's like looking up but can't quite reach, I'll just kind of grab the back of his shirt and just
Yeah,
up the arch a little bit.
yeah. You try to get like a help him out. He's not able to find anything that like makes you feel like this archway is unsafe or maybe leads to something secretive. Like it's a decoration made in the image of the guy who owned this place.
Then bear in mind, keep an eye on things. Maybe we'll see different wear patterns or footprints or something like that in front of another face or another archway. Just keep in mind that we are looking for signs that there are hidden things somewhere, because I'm not seeing a whole lot of golden gems, and this is disappointing.
It seems like this guy lied to you.
Anyone else surprised that we haven't seen anything dangerous either? Like there's just nothing down here.
Haven't heard
It hadn't
anything
occurred to me, but
dangerous.
yes, now that you mention it, it's alarming that we haven't been attacked yet.
I'm more surprised at the path is going around in a square. That's not how you normally design a workshop.
So the true issue is the architectural inconsistencies.
Yeah, maybe there's a room in the middle or something, but workshops aren't designed like that. You
do feel like you started in the basement and you've kind of like wrapped on the outside of it as you've been like mapping around. You can still hear, like, if you shouted, you could hear like echoing off the chamber, like the dude waiting for you on the outside, like, find anything? It's Jareem. He's just like waiting. Is everything fine? Can I come in now?
Thank you, Bodwick.
Yeah, get on in here,
Jareem. just make sure everything's clear. After about 50 feet after the white marble, seemingly harmless archway, you are heading west for about 50 feet when the floor changes from limestone tiles to marble. And you see that in the floor around you, for about 25 feet, 10 foot wide, the full width of the hallway, and about 25 feet long away from you is a chessboard. Black and white marble pattern squares set across this little space here directly in front of you on the floor. And you can see that there are dried blood stains all over the walls, like just splattered on the walls, and it's like dark brown and old.
Is the chessboard oversized, or is it like regular size, just sitting on the floor?
It is. Each tile is probably like 2 or 3 feet wide, and it's black, white. So like you could probably fit like a total of 6 squares left to right, and then maybe like 5 or 6 squares going the other way as well. Like it's not a actual chessboard, but it's in the pattern of a chessboard.
So there's no like chess pieces then?
There's no pieces. There's dried blood on the wall, and you can see that like there are slits that are running vertically in the walls. They're about like an inch wide, and you can see like they're throughout this on the left and the right side. These slits are running up and down the ceiling, all the way to the ceiling,
but they're
along the length of this chessboard pattern.
Not a single sign of bits of dwarf anywhere.
No.
Just blood.
Long dried blood. Long dried.
A week?
You would guess that whatever amount of blood was spread here was probably like a whole body's worth, and it was left for decades.
I'm beginning to think that this might have been where the dwarf brothers met their end. The blood is a clue. I
have a question. So I've emptied out a couple of bodies over the years. Is this a dwarf amount of blood, or is this a bigger human amount of blood?
Probably a bigger human.
No, that's definitely not dwarf. Dwarves don't bleed as much as that. I'm very intimately aware of this.
Chenko.
Yeah, from my vantage point, seeing this, I turn around and I talk to Screwtape, and I said, "Do you think this is a mechanical trap or a magical one, based on your experience? Because if you think it's a mechanical trap, I've got a 10-foot pole that I could, use to point at various black and white squares, and maybe you could help work it out what the trap mechanism is and how to circumvent."
You said there's slits on the wall on both sides, right? If my expertise helps me, the first thing I would think that this would be arrow traps, that the tiles might be pressure sensitive. That stepping on one might trigger it to shoot an arrow or something similar out of the wall.
Do you think we should try poking it with a pole? I could put my shield up like this and try to poke it with the pole on the floor to see what will trigger it.
Could try poking it, or I could try throwing a grappling hook at it. The impact might be heavier than just poking it or prodding.
Okay, if the grappling hook works better, let's do that. I'll put the shield like this and, in front of the slits and stuff, and you can try, I think.
So the slits are they are running vertically in line with the black white pattern of the floor. They're not where you are. So if you were to put your shield in front of it, you would be standing on one of the black or white tiles and would be in jeopardy. But from a distance, you could throw the grappling hook if you wanted, for sure.
That's the idea I had.
Yeah, you just want to kind of toss it out there and then pull it back in, or anything in particular you want to do with it?
I just want to try throwing it to basically cause some force to hit the tiles.
Okay. Do you want to hit a black tile or a white tile, or do you just kind of want to smash it down and drag it across?
Do any of you have any preferences?
I guess before you do that, the slits make me think almost more of a blade than an arrow. Which, if you're throwing a grappling hook and the blade comes down, it might cut your rope.
I think the pole might be better.
Okay, let's try the pole first.
Okay.
Just because, the pole, even if the pole gets cut shorter, it's an 8-foot pole, which is still useful. A grappling hook with no chain doesn't.
And you have a 2-foot pole as well.
Yeah.
So, do you want to There's a pattern of black white. Is there any? Do you just want to tap everything?
I would start by tapping the square that we would be stepping on coming out of the. Is that a definitive black or white square?
The very left one is black, then white, then black, then white, then it ends in blacks on either side, and so up against the wall is black, and then there's 2 whites and a black in the middle, so it's 6 tiles. Yeah,
which is not regulation size of a chessboard, if memory serves.
No, it is not regulation. This is a pattern of a chessboard. You could also call it a checkerboard, but it's just to create a visual for you. There are no there's no tokens or anything on the board, no pawns.
I make that statement to state for the record, I think we're barking up the wrong tree with chess analogies.
Yeah, and Roxy's correct. It is a 10-foot pole, not an 8-foot pole. Get good or go home.
It will be an 8-foot pole after we trigger this trap. That's what
That's fair. Okay, so Joe Pachenko, what do you want to tap first?
With the pole, I'd like to, just based on intuition, not dice, I'd like to prod two black squares in the order that we're going to walk. and then one white square, because that corresponds to the color of the arches we just walked through. I just want to see what would happen if I do
Sure.
that in that
So
particular order.
so you're like saying black, and then in the next row black, and then the next row white. That makes a lot of sense to me. You tap the black.
I want to follow that order that we just saw with the arches.
You tap the black, nothing happens. You tap the black, nothing happens. You tap the white, and like you're kind of reaching now into this space, and a massive blade comes down, slices your pole in half. You have about a 5-foot grip on your pole now, and you feel it like kind of like jerked out of your hands. And as it hits the ground, it bounces, and it hits a white tile directly in front of you in the middle, and another blade comes down, cuts it in half again, and you have like a little 2-foot nub left and like wood splinters everywhere.
Then I turn back and I'm like, okay, I guess that answers our question. Just avoid the white tiles.
Who wants to test the theory?
Seems simple enough. I'll go.
And as you do, the torch goes. No, I'm just messing with you.
I was actually about to ask Mike if my mental math is correct. I'm on my 3rd torch.
No, you're
at
fine,
a half
dude.
an hour each.
Yeah, they are at a half hour each, but you only just lit your first one when you came into the dungeon. Everything else was lit, and so you're still on your first torch, and Fizzleboom steps onto the black tile.
And then I'll just take nice short steps, to caddy corner, zigzag across on black, and I'll just go until a blade gets me.
No blade gets you. You get all the way to the other side, and now
I fall over as soon as I reach the other side.
You get to the other side, and you're back on limestone, and you can see that now that you've gone like 25, 30 feet, just like you can see the torch from where you are, but like you've gone into the darkness for everybody else in your party. But you can see that there's, in the faint glow of the torchlight, you can see there is a door facing south that is closed. And you can see
over here
on the west side of the floor, after the limestone tiles, there's about 30 feet of that, but it's hard for you to tell. You can see like in the darkness, there's like the floor changes again into that black and white pattern going west. So you have 2 directions you could go: south or continue west. But we're going to let the rest of the party catch up with you. I do think that we should move into always on initiative now. And so that way everybody can get a turn. And if Fizzleboom, when it comes your turn, we'll just skip you and let everybody have a turn. So the way Shadowdark works is the initiative is always on. We roll a D20 to determine the order. And I have a question for like the cameras. Do you guys see me in the top left, and then Corv, and then okay, so we can see the same pictures, right? Okay, so that will be whoever gets the highest number will be first in initiative order, and then we just go clockwise from there, according to the rules of Shadowdark, which is, I think, always on initiative is super fun. And so let's demonstrate what it looks like for everybody else. Roll a D20, and then Pogo, do we add our dexterity bonus to this roll?
Yes.
Okay, add your dex bonus if you have one.
Is it subtract penalty if have one?
Yeah.
Very good, thank you. I rolled 17.
17 for Fizzleboom. He might be first.
14.
Yeah, 13.
All right, well, it works out perfectly then, because Fizzleboom went first, and he is first. So, Chenko, what do you want to do?
Last, I probably tripped over or something, or tripped over in the dark. I got 1.
Okay, but you will be next in line, because Fizzleboom went first, and the way it works is whoever gets the highest initiative order, we go around, and everybody gets a turn for per round. So it's always on initiative, which just means it's your turn right now. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I proceed after Fizzleboom, walking on the same tiles so that I don't get cut by the blades. And I approach where he currently is, where there's a door going south on one side and more chessboards, ahead. And I stand there and just beckon the others to come along the same path, and then let's find out which way we want to go.
Corv, Screwtape, Pogo, we good with that?
Yep.
I'd
All
also
right,
like
then
to pick up one of the sections of the 10-foot pole that got chopped up.
you can have
Okay.
like a nice little chunk for yourself. Okay, so you guys are past the first checkered floor, and you see that there is another checkered floor moving west, and there is a closed door to the south.
I think we should check the closed door to the south first. Any objections?
Yeah, no more checkered floors.
Yeah, well,
We have no more
we'll
poles.
be testing them again. Well,
You'll be
And-
testing them again.
I'm going to move close to the door just so Screwtape has light to investigate it by.
All right, go ahead and give me an advantage check to see, like, what are you looking for? Is it locked or traps and stuff, or what's up?
First, I'm looking for traps.
Yep, go ahead. You roll with advantage, so.
And now, if we're doing strict order, Chanko and Corv had the opportunity to flank us.
If you want to do something, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Screwtape, what's up, buddy? What'd you get?
14.
14. You're checking out this door. It seems fine. Nothing alarming about it. You don't see any traps. Don't see any like magical like glyphs that could blow up and kill you. It's no big deal. You're good.
Can I listen to see if I can hear anything on the other side?
Yeah. You go ahead and give me this will be a wisdom check though. This one's a little different with advantage.
18.
There is something in there. There's something in this room. It's it's digging. You can hear like a shh, consistently digging in maybe grass or paper.
I want to relay that to the rest of them. I think I found the source of scratching that Drury mentioned.
Then we should clearly investigate. Does the door appear to be open? Is there a handle? Does it appear to be locked?
It's not locked. It is closed.
And it would stay that way if I wanted it so, but I do not. Okay, so I advocate for Corv pulling the door open with Chanko ready to step in and take the first look. I'll be right behind Chanko again with the torch. And then from there, we just assume our normal marching order. Corv, you'll be bringing up the rear again. Any objections? Any refinements? Good. Okay.
Good for me. So like Navy
Perfect.
SEAL style, I'll like yank the door open and then Chanko can just start running in.
You do that. So the torch is at the door, which allows you to see that you can see the far wall. You can see the entire space of this room in the torchlight that you have. It is a square room. It's a slightly rectangle room. It's about 25 by 30 square, and you don't see any other doors in this space, but you're instantly hit with this disgusting smell of feces, and you can see that there's a broken chair, like one of the legs of a chair is like just collapsed and like it's kind of fallen over. You can see that there's a bed set in the corner, and there's in this mattress. You can see there's like this big brown, hairy, maybe it's a beaver, or this beaver looks wrong. It's got a long snout instead of a stubby face, and it's just digging in this straw mattress, and like you can see like it's got like little like mewing like little baby beavers. But the thing is about these beavers is like their teeth are not like just buck teeth in the front. Like they have massive buck teeth all the way around their mouth, and they are all hooked. These things are good at gnawing for sure. There's one just like digging on this bed, just burrowing in the mattress. On the floor, you can see like there's piles of the feces. Just they've been in this room for a while, and the wizards in the group, you can see there is an open book, an ancient tome, and it's open and it's face down on the floor, and you can see there's like some feces that has been it's smeared across it, but it's been knocked off of its table and it's lying there on the floor. And
I really need that book.
There's like cotton from like rags and clothing that has just been like balled up into make like a little nest on the floor, and you can see there's 2 more of these really fat beavers there. And in the wall, set into the wall on the far side is a looks like a cave entrance, almost big enough for a tiny gnome-sized person, maybe 2 feet tall, to crawl like if you're a human, you'd be laying on your belly to get through it, but gnome people like kind of could crouch down and get in there if they wanted. These creatures see you, and they are immediately hostile. They bear their full set of fangs at you. Hiss. And we're going to let Fizzleboom decide. What are you guys going to do? Chango, you did step into the room.
Right.
But Fizzleboom is first.
I stepped into the room, right? But then...
you step in, and Fizzleboom is first. What do you want to do, Fizzleboom?
I am going to step to the right with the torch, and ready to fend off a dirty, fat, hairy beaver with a torch.
Okay, so yeah, if anything comes out, you'll try to burn the little thing. Chenko, you're up. What do you do?
How deep am I into the room, and is Fizzleboom in the room right now?
You are 5. You took 1 step into the room. You're 5 feet into the room. Like you just took 1 step in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's a really big room.
Is there any chance of backing out, standing in the doorway, and taking them on one by one? It's just stopping them from like crowding.
It seems like you probably could, but not one-on-one. The room is much wider. And they're in this room. There, you can see 3 of these really big-bodied things, and then there's a bunch of little like mewing ones, like little cubs of these beavers as well.
Right. So basically what I'd like to do is I'd like to stand by the door. I'd leave enough room for the core of the other fighter to come in, and stand there right by the doors. I have my shield like this, my sword, so that we're in a defensive formation and they can't surround us. And they have to come at us through the narrow area of the door.
You step back and the torch goes out.
Nice.
Yeah, boys. Here we go. Let me actually get a better timer because this one will set an alarm.
Shite.
And it's my turn. So let me just, okay, so the lights go out, which means everything you do is at disadvantage. You cannot see in the dark. All spells are cast at disadvantage. Thief actions are rolled normally because your advantage would cancel out with a disadvantage. I did forget to mention, I did say we're playing pulp mode. Everyone starts with a luck token. So you can re-roll a d20 roll that you think failed and like you're not happy with the result. You can choose to re-roll it with your 1 luck token. So make sure you mark that. And there is no cap on how many luck tokens you can have. So if you have a feature that allows you to give luck tokens or receive them, you can stack them. Just make sure you have a spot on your character sheet where you are recording this. The light goes out. All of the monsters can see in the dark. And since you guys are effectively blinded, they all have advantage. And it is goodbye, Chenko, because we have 3 of these monsters coming at you, Chenko. And they are not
Isn't
happy.
It like I tried to maneuver myself so that they can't surround me? That was my action.
You move back into the door, you said?
Yeah, I moved back so that it's a narrow space so that they can't come in around the sides.
They're not coming around the sides. They're moving at you from the front. You're in the door, and this is a big room where they can all stand next to each other. And they're not big. They're just like beaver-sized creatures, and so they can just like stand directly in front of you and try to bite you. But these things, well, the last you saw of them before the lights went out, I don't know how Fizzleboom could let that happen. The last you saw of them, their eyes were glowing red in the torchlight, and then black. I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is you have a shield. So your armor class is what exactly?
Armor class right now is 13. I have leather armor plus shield.
Yeah, you're going down, big boy. I'm just gonna move some stuff around here real quick. Okay.
Don't worry, Janko, I'll be able to carry your body.
No one sees anything. The lights went out right at the 30-minute mark. Perfect. Actually, guys, we lit the torch at exactly 8:59. So, all right, here we go. The first one, it jumps up on you, and it you could feel the weight of it like hit your shield, and it bounces off your shield. But then there's a second thud as it rams itself into you, bites into your leg. You feel its sharp teeth. It has a full set of teeth, and you can feel the pinch as its teeth rip through the cloth of your pants, and the leather moves just aside. It rakes across your leg, and you take 3 points of damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
So I roll D20, and then...
Yes, and then add your con bonus or subtraction if it's a negative.
Okay, I'll add my Constitution bonus, and I've got 17.
17. Okay, you feel the blood start to run down your leg, and then a third thump as this thing charges into you. What did you say your AC was again? This is a 14.
13. No, 14. 13. Sorry, 13.
13. Okay. Again, like as you like turn your leg a little bit, you feel like a pinch as it comes into you. Its teeth rake into you. You feel another like rip as the other one gets across your other ankle and hooks into your Achilles tendon and pierces that fleshy tendon at the bottom, at the top of your shoe, and you take 2 points of damage. Third mask. Okay, I'm gonna put this up. Dude, gross. Okay, so we have here a terrible thing because you don't have a cleric in your party. We doubled down on our wizards. No one here heals, and so Chenko is in a really bad spot. He's got these creatures just all over him, and everything you guys do is at disadvantage. This is going to be the end of our party before the adventure even begins. It's going to go over to Corv. Yes, Corv.
All right. So Corv is kind of at the back of the line. I pull the greatsword out and just sort of like stumble through and push the goblins out of my way, and try to get up next to Chenko. I kind of like feel around and then kind of locate them and just start fucking cleaving.
Yeah, you're going to try to like swing blindly into these things. So just go ahead and give me a disadvantaged attack roll, and hopefully you can cut into them. You're swinging at the ground, trying to like chop into these little things.
Well, I rolled our favorite thing. I've got a natural 20 and a natural 1. So there we are.
Oh, yes, this is amazing. Okay, so yeah, you swing, you hear the chink as like the blade smashes into the limestone floor.
I got one. That one's dead for sure, guys.
Screw Tape, you're up.
Okay. I can both do a move and action in a turn, right?
You can.
Okay, so for the action, I want to light a torch.
Okay, so this is not a thief action, and so you will be at disadvantage. You need an intelligence check of DC 15, I think. It is really hard to light a torch in the dark. Pogo, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
I don't think there's actually a DC set for it.
It is. It's like I think it's 15. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, but we're gonna say it's 15 because it's a really hard check.
Well, somebody has to do it because otherwise you can't see.
Yep.
And you said this is an int check?
Yes. With disadvantage.
Okay, I just made it. I rolled a 17 and 15.
Oh, okay. Well, you get it then. No negatives on your end?
Nope, I have 10 int.
You lucky Okay, so you take your turn. You're digging around in your bag, and you're finding a torch. The last torch went out. Make sure anytime you light a torch, that you erase it from your inventory. As soon as you light it, it's basically out of your inventory. That way we don't forget and just keep using the same torch over and over again. All right, so you take your turn. You light up the room. Okay, you guys are like blinking for a second, and you see 3 of these like very fat beaver-like creatures, but you see that like they're not beavers actually. These things are rodents. Oversized beyond anything that you've ever seen before. They're so much bigger than a rat. These things are mutants, twisted by magic, something, but they are not what you were expecting. Like it. Frath, what are you gonna do? Yes, screw tape.
I didn't take a move yet.
Oh, sorry, you can move.
After seeing that, I want to beckon the party out of the room. Yell, "Come get me, you ugly bastards!" and duck around the corner, moving toward the chessboard floor that we already went past. I don't think I can move far enough to get through it yet.
No, but you can, if you want to move to like the black tiles, you can get to some of them.
Yeah, I want to move
that you crossed
that way.
Sure.
Yes.
Awesome. Frath, what do you want to do, buddy? Can't hear you, bub.
Whoops, sorry. I'm taking out my wand, which is a sleep wand, and I'm going to point it at the rodents and try to put them to sleep.
All right. All I need from you is a DC 11.
Yes. Nice. That is a 15.
A 15? You pull out your wand and you point it at the creatures, and out of the end of it, you see like it looks like almost like a smoking cigarette. Like a little bit of black smoke comes out, and then it's kind of like does a little cyclone, and it reaches out and makes a bunch of different fingers, and at each of the rats, it points and like it hits their nose. They smell it, and then they fall asleep, like a little tornado from the end of your wand.
Oh,
Right.
Amazing.
Well done. Well done. See? We do have a real wizard on hand.
Yes, Chenko.
All right, so the creatures are all asleep right now, right?
They are.
Just to check. Okay, they are. Then I turn around to the rest of the group and I said, let's kill them before they wake up.
Good call. I take my dagger out at the nearest one.
And then let's just all be really careful about the 30-minute mark of the torches, because that one thing really almost killed me.
Got it.
All right, perfect. So you quickly dispose of these creatures, and you all receive 1 experience point as you put these dudes down.
All right, now let's get that book.
While they're trying to recover other things from the room, is it possible for me to just sever one of the beaver tails? I've heard that beaver tails are really yummy.
Yeah, you pull up the tail, and it's not flat like a beaver. It's actually long and hairy and like skinny and like kind of gross a little bit. It's not what you thought, but I mean, you heard it tastes great, so you chop it off. And
I'll
the
keep relying
boys
on that as we go.
You head over. Was it Frath that wanted to check that?
Mm.
Did you say? Okay, Frath, you head over and you see like this really beautiful spell book. It says property of Moorland. It's Moorland's marvelous magic, and you're flipping through it, and you can see that there are some spell scrolls that have been like bound into the book. If you wanted to take these spell scrolls and attempt to learn the spells, you could during downtime train these spells, or you can cast them straight from the book, but the magic will go away after just one use. You all receive 1 additional XP for finding this magic spell book, and in the spell book there are 2 scrolls that are salvageable that weren't ruined by feces, and it is a sleep spell and a light spell. And with that, I need to step away and use the restroom. I'm going to pause it. You guys can chat amongst yourselves, and if you guys need a break, we have been going for an hour and 45, so if you want to take a break, we can do like a 5-minute break.
Sweet. Just Frath on the screen, all by his lonesome.
Yo, Ultra RPGer, bro. Hey, what's up, man? We are just taking a quick little break. We're currently using Shadowdark RPG to dungeon delve. We're going to be using 1-to-1 time, traversing this world that we built together on stream, and we're going to be unlocking all of the secrets. We're going to demonstrate how 1-to-1 time and BroSR campaigns can work with any system that you have at home. And since Shadowdark and 5e are some of like the top games that people are playing, you can see how to use it at home. It's a very intuitive play style, and a lot of people are curious to see how it actually works instead of just like how they think it works. So thank you for coming, buddy. It's really great to see you. Also, I don't know if Meth BS is still in the chat, but if you are, buddy, you gifted 5 subs, so I'm gonna let you give out 5 luck tokens. And since there's no max on how many luck tokens a player can have, you can gift all 5 to one person or spread them out to everybody. I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, buddy, but if you are, that can be retroactive for later if you want. You do have that privilege because you made the donation. Also, I say donate stuff and then make their lives miserable. There are aspects to like supporting the team. Oh, he's still in the chat. Awesome, buddy. So if you want, you can gift like $5, bro. Like that's a luck token for everybody. Or you can say like they get one magic healing potion, kind of like in the Hunger Games, like as the contestants were like moving through the different days, they're suffering quite a bit. So like they would get benefactors who would come and support them with the healing salves and stuff like that. So he wants to spread out to all. Okay, so once everybody comes back, you can add an additional luck token to your tally. I thought he was going to play favorites there for a second, be like, all of them go to Parker. I did pause the torch timer, though. I'm not going to like, I'm not going to be like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom for 10 minutes, guys.
Does that count on our torch timer?
Yeah, that's part of the torch timer.
No, I do have one question. In the book, if I read it correctly, when we attempt to learn a spell from the spell book, it will consume the scroll success or failure.
Success or failure. And it does take a full day, so it is something that has to happen during downtime.
Right.
I mean, you can always cast it in the dungeon,
do it
but
now
it's
if
gone.
you need it.
Right.
So it's good to know, but how does your wand work, Frath? Is that...
All right, let me time out before you talk about that. Let me just say, everybody gets to add a luck token to their character sheet because Meth BS, my ear trumpet has been struck by lightning, did donate. And so for every $1, I think that could translate into 1 luck token. So everybody, he said, gets 1. Okay, it says lighting a torch in the darkness is on page 99. DC 12 int or dex check at disadvantage. Sorry, it wasn't 15, it was 12. Thank you, Ricky Bobby. Thank you, Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby's hilarious.
Mike is the kind of guy to needlessly just make DCs higher, right? Unreal.
Yeah, right. So 12 at disadvantage. Okay, so Jack, you were asking about how does Frath's how does your wand work, buddy?
Muted.
Thanks. It works the same way as the spells where you can cast as much as you want until you fail the check.
And then on the next day, it becomes available to you again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, again, 1-to-1 time in play. Some of the new wizard spells in the Curse Scrolls 4, 5, and 6 are very connected to 1-to-1 time because Kelsey is going to be putting in a feature for the Western Reaches that discusses and explains how to use a 1-to-1 time in a Shadowdark campaign. And so some of the new spells last for a week or a year. And so things that only BroSR games would ever experience, like a year-long spell, are going to now be canon. So if you're interested, I am going to plug her stuff real quick. If you're interested, you should purchase the Cursed Scrolls 4, 5, and 6 from the Arcane Library. There's lots of amazing, cool classes. As I told the guys here, the only classes that we can play are the ones that you have personally purchased. I'm not going to be sharing any of those PDFs with them. So like, if you have it, it's because you paid for it. You supported my friend Kelsey, who is a friend of the channel. And so please go out, buy the Cursed Scrolls, check out the new spells. They are very cool. Like, I am massively impressed with how she's using time and alignment to differentiate wizard spells. They are so cool. All right, so I'm going to start the timer back up. You guys have just recovered a spell book. You are in between 2 checkered pattern floors. There's one that you passed on the east already, and then moving west, there is another. This room does dead end. Yes, Chenko.
Well, yeah. Before we leave that room completely, right? You did mention there's a cave at the far end that smaller guys can go through. I just want to ask our goblin team members whether they want to check that out.
I nominate Screwtape to check it out.
Yeah, I'll take the torch and take a look at it.
Oh, bro, you absolutely can. You have to actually, for you can just walk through this. Like, you're 2 foot tall, so like your head is kind of like brushing the top. Maybe you're kind of bending down a little bit, and you're keeping the torch out in front of you. There are no cobwebs in this dirt tunnel that has been bored into the walls. This is a well-traveled space, and it is full of giant rat droppings. You're trying to avoid stepping on it, but like honestly, like not a lot of room in here, and so you're kind of smearing yourself with their scent, and it smells pretty gross. You wind your way through for just a little while, and the pathway, it opens up into another wall, and with the torchlight, you're able to see. You have given away your position because you're carrying a torch. You step out of a little hole, a little hobbit hole, and you're in a room full of cages. In the cages are exotic skeletons, things that you would maybe pay a circus to witness. A snake with a singular body but 2 heads, long dead, its skin fallen away. You see there's this bizarre bat-like creature with a long bony proboscis hanging from the top of a cage upside down, but its bones have long since dried and the tendons have bound themselves in place. It's just a skeleton now. The creepiest thing you see is a goat, well, the corpse of a goat with 7 horns. They're all spiraled and knotted into each other. And then in one large cage, you see a mirror locked into a metal cage. There is a way out of this room. There's a door to the north that is closed, and there is a door to the west that is closed. While he's checking this out, guys, is there anything the rest of you would like to be doing?
Might walk down the other hallway out the door we just came in. There's a checkered floor out directly ahead of there.
Moving
I just
west?
I just want to see if we can hear anything from that direction, and then maybe also just use a javelin and poke a couple of those tiles to see what's going on over there.
Absolutely. So you can see that, like, in your torchlight, because Fizzle Bloom is holding a torch. Also, Screwtape, you lit up a torch of your own, so I need you to erase that from your inventory. And also, guys, I know it might seem silly, but there's a magical effervescence that rules over Shadowdark, where every torch that you light is on the same timer as a torch that is already lit. I know it's weird, but it is actually kind of fun if you lean into the magic of it, that, like, the Shadowdark is trying to extinguish that light. It is not welcome here. And so they're all magically tied together.
So had I remembered at that last moment to say, oh, with my last action, I light a torch, it would still have gone out.
It will. And you guys are going to find that I'm going to attack the light in the middle of combat every chance I get that's reasonable. And you're going to burn through these torches way faster than you have inventory slots to fill them. So what you see is in the torchlight that Fizzleboom has, you could see like the checkered pattern running west, and just to the north on the other side of that far chessboard is a open archway going north. And you can see that, you can see like just in the edge of the torchlight that there's a pathway going north. You don't hear anything. Let me check that actually. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check, Corv, to see if you can hear anything.
Yeah, this will definitely go well. 8.
Yeah, there's nothing to hear actually. It's fine. Like you can hear the breathing of the guys next to you.
Is it possible then just to take a javelin out from a holster and just start tapping on some of those tiles?
Sure. What color do you want to hit?
Listen, I'm not a scholar. I'm gonna hit the closest one, like the closest leftmost tile, and then just go left to right and just see what happens.
Sure. It's black, white, black. So you hit the black one, nothing happens. You hit the white one, and the blade comes down, crushes your
The butt
your-
end of the javelin, not the sharp end. Just to be
Sure,
clear.
sure, yeah, absolutely. Okay, it crushes the butt end of your javelin, completely destroying it. And yeah, you were only able to test like 2 squares directly in front of you. Anything else the rest of you guys want to do? Yes, Chenko.
Yeah, I have 2 very quick questions. I didn't quite hear it properly in that room with the cages. You said there were 2 doors coming out of it. What directions were they going again?
One was on the west wall, and one was on the north wall.
Okay, one on the west, one on the north. And so that tunnel, the way that screw tape came in, what direction was that in?
It comes in from the south wall. Sorry, I should have said that. Yeah.
Okay. So right, this is a really
There's
weird
a little tunnel from the room that you had the magic book in. It kind of winds along going west, and then comes up to the the south side of a room.
Right. Okay.
And screw tape, you do notice that like when you're following that path, there was another path that continued west for a further on. If you wanted to double back and go check that out, you can now. I think everybody else has told me what they wanted to do with their time. So, and if you have something, just go ahead and raise your hand. I'll make sure you get a turn. The music is just AI generated for Restream Third Mask. Can you guys see the stream? Like, I don't have it up on YouTube. The people on YouTube can't see it because we already have a full screen, but you guys can see it? Okay, cool.
I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, people on YouTube have to like look down at like the sidebar that's not going to be on the screen. Okay, so Screw Tape, what do you want to do in that room? Or do you want to double back and go down that other tunnel that was continuing west?
Real quick, you said when I came in the room, you said that because of the torchlight gave away my position. Did I hear anything? Is there something aggro?
It would give away your position if there was something alive in this room, but it doesn't seem. Yeah, everything's dead.
All right, then heading back and checking the path to the west while heading back.
All right. So you come down south. If you head back east, you'll head back to the boys. If you go west, you're going into a new branch of this tunnel.
Oh, okay. In that case, I want to go east, and I'll inform them of what I found first.
All right, boys. What's the plan then?
Would our tall people be able to even stand up further in?
In that tunnel? No.
Yeah, so
It would be they'd be crawling on their stomachs. Hey, Michael, good to see you, buddy.
We'll come back with a team of goblins.
Well, I mean, we can crawl through the tunnel and then stand up once we get through, though. The tunnel wasn't that long, was it?
You could eventually get through it, but
okay.
As a human-sized person moving through this thing, if one of the rats comes running into this place, you cannot even attack. Your arms are not. You're crawling like this through the thing, so it would be very bad for you.
Oh no, spelunking! Oh god.
Yeah, and like the claustrophobia, like the goblins can get in because they're 2 feet tall, like they're literally like midget people, and they kind of even have to crowd. But like I just got canceled. Your mass all by itself, like you could crawl, like this, but like swinging a weapon in there is like all you can do is just kind of like this. Yeah. Yes, Chenko.
Yeah, very quickly. I'm just looking at the timer. Do we need to light a torch right now?
You have again, if you light a torch right now, it's set on the same torch timer that you have lit. So even if you start a brand new torch right at the end of your last torch, it will go out magically with your previous torch. And as far as torch timers, I would prefer you guys not recording that. Let me have that the excitement of you not knowing. All you know is that the torch is burning.
All right.
Always going to inflict darkness on us.
Yes.
More
Anytime I
often
get.
than we deserve, even he has
Oh
stated.
yeah. I mean.
Right. I mean,
So we'll just have
If
to
you-
light it when it goes out. Yeah. When,
Yeah,
and
I
with
mean,
the
again,
discipline-
if you have a benefactor in the chat who wants to like rescue you guys and magically relight a torch or reset a timer, that's up to the chat. But for any opportunity I have is to torture you, and the timer is running. What's your plan? You've recovered no
let's not
treasure
spelunk-
except for
let's
magic.
not go through that area.
okay, so again, quick review of the options. There was Jay is coming back to us. We could go through the tunnels and then further into a tunnel, which we don't know if there is human-sized space on the other side of. We have not explored yet. Or we can continue exploring the place that promises to have treasure. Do we, for some reason, think that these earthen tunnels are the actual path to his workshop? I kind of don't think so. I don't think he would crawl to reach it.
It seems like these burrowing, what you thought were beavers, have bore out the walls.
They're clearly muskrat.
Yeah. These things are.
Yeah, there's going to be other entrances to that shop, so we may as well go down the westward tunnel there and cross the checkered board and start. I'd like to
That was
separate.
my
some
thinking.
limbs with-
Screw Tape even already confirmed that it's the same thing, that only the black ones are the safe ones, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Seems like it, yeah. You're welcome
Okay.
to try.
So we're gonna let Fizzleboom go first.
Well, Screw Tape should go first this time because he has the torch.
Okay, you both have a torch.
Oh, hold on. I have to.
I'll drop behind you guys then because I'm nearly dead and not much use at this point.
Yeah, clerics are very, very useful in Shadowdark RPG.
Uh-huh.
So, who's gonna go first? Screw Tape, do you want to try?
It's just normal like chessboard pattern, right?
Yeah, a black, white. You make a choice. Which one do you want to step on?
I'm. How many is it across though?
Let me. Now that you're back, you have your torch. Let's go ahead and like take a look at how this pattern, how this chessboard might look just a little bit different than the last one. So you have a chessboard in front of you, and on the far side, you can see the corpse of a rat. It had made it about halfway across this floor whenever it got cooked, and this happened maybe 2 weeks ago. You can smell like the rot of its flesh if you like are kind of pointing in that direction, but you can see that it got just flame broiled in the middle of this floor. And now that you're looking, you can see that there are some scorch marks around where that giant rat stepped on the wrong tile and something cooked it.
Is it standing on a white tile?
It's laid over a black and white one. You can't tell.
So
Jack.
currently, its weight is not enough to be triggering a trap.
Nope.
Okay, I do have. Does anyone else have a pole or a stick? I have a staff and can probe ahead as well. But it's
I've got a 5-foot section of the 10-foot pole.
I have a question really quickly before we start trying to cross. When I tapped the black, tile, did all of the traps trigger at the same time, or was it just the one?
I told you the wrong thing.
Yeah, I realized that just now.
When you tapped the black tile, nothing happened. When you tapped the white one, an electric shock went through your So you have a javelin. Javelins are made of wood except for the tip.
Mm.
A bit of electric shock runs into your electricity, touches from the floor, touches the tip of your weapon, and explodes the far end of the javelin,
Oh, beautiful.
not the blade. I'm sorry, guys. You know, and I just fucking quit. All right, hey guys, thank you for the gifted memberships. We have My Ear Trumpet has been struck by lightning, and also Ricky Bobby received that blessing. My Ear Trumpet, dude, you are awesome. If you would like to gift somebody something or maybe torture them a little bit, you let me know what you want to do with that gift. Go ahead and type it in the chat. For the rest of you, boys, the timer is running. What are you going to do? You don't want it to go out when you're walking across this thing. You need to see which color is safe to step on.
So,
yes,
it seems like the same pattern holds that the black ones are safe, correct? Okay. Should we need to, I can do the disc thing behind me and carry you guys across.
Could we get on the disc and then throw Fizzleboom across?
No.
I can throw Fizzleboom. Oh, okay.
You can throw Fizzleboom across. I don't think that's how the disc works. So I do not doubt your strength. I doubt the ways of magic on that one.
Can we try throwing you just in case?
So I'm going to try and cast Floating Disc.
Can it carry people?
It says it can control the equivalent of 20 inventory slots.
That's one person.
One person?
Yeah.
Okay, moot point. You guys are on your own. See you on the other side. I go scampering across the black tiles.
You hop safely across and do not get electrocuted.
And then
I'll follow.
Basically, I trip and fall the second I'm on safely on the other side.
Yeah, you guys are able to see that the black tiles are safe, and as you get across, the torchlight opens up more of the space. You can see that there is an open archway to your north and another checkered pattern on the floor. This time, it's not blades set into the wall. It's not magically static electrical charges. There's just a film of green powder dusted across the black and white tiles. Just the whole space. And it's just settled down onto the floor. To your north, you can see a wide open room. Your torchlight cannot fill all of this room. You can only see just a fraction of it, but there is a library with tall bookshelves. Some of them come up to shoulder high. Some of them go, double the size of a man. And none of you are surprised. The goblins cannot be surprised, but none of you are surprised. As you see, there are creatures moving, crawling, 1,000-legged creatures, crawling like worms and snakes, slithering across the floor in the aisles. You having come across, shining light into their space, you see these things. They have feelers. Their bodies are yellow and they're not chitinous, but you can see like there's definitely some sort of crystallization around their long yellow slime-like bodies, and they have thousands of legs. Their feelers are pink, and you can see like they're constantly like smelling or sniffing or connecting, trying to figure out what's going on around them. And their eyes, they have way too many eyes, and they're almost refractory the way a fly's eyes are, but they're built on top of each other, and they've kind of like come out like a fleshy mucus type brain. And you can see like they're just constantly looking and feeling around, and you all have given away your position. Let me see. The exact same roll as the rats. 5. We are in initiative with Fizzleboom first. You don't know how many of these things there are. They're really long. You think they could probably, from the one that you can see as it moves through the stacks and winds its way You can see it could probably stuff two goblins in its mouth.
Are they
These
girthy
giant-
enough to handle a goblin?
Oh, thick, big, juicy
Veiny.
boys. Chenko, what do you want to do, buddy?
Yeah, I just want to check in with you very quickly about the actual position we're in, right? Because bearing in mind we're going into an encounter. You said we came down north through the fourth arch. There's another checkered board with green powder. And then beyond that is a library. But then you're saying we're being attacked by these centipede things. Where are they located?
Sure. Let me describe to you again what happened. You came through a square room with 3 arches. It was a black arch, and then a white arch. Then you're on the northern face, heading west, where you crossed over some a checkered board pattern that had blades, and there was a door on the other side of that led south, where you found a magic book. Then on the west of that, there is also another checkered pattern on that north face of that room.
Yeah.
You
That's
jumped
the
over
one
that
with
one.
electricity.
That was electricity right there.
Right.
And now there's an open pathway to a library to your north. And on the west is another checkered pattern floor with this green powder on the ground. These giant snake bugs are in that library where you can only see part of the room. It is so big. You don't know how many of those things are in there.
Okay, so I see. So the checkered one, the checkered floor, the third one, is located towards the west, whereas the library is located towards the north.
Yeah, and you guys are like, you're kind of tied in between because like there's a checker over here, there's a checker over here, and then to the north are these bug creatures.
Right.
So you're kind of like in like a tight little spot for now. And Fizzlebloom, you're up first.
Okay.
I am going to hang tight where I am. I'm not going to advance in combat. I have no spells that are going to work on them in the moment, but I'm going to stay where I am to provide adequate light for my party members. I will hold an action if that's such a thing and smack whatever comes close to me with a torch.
No, but if it does, it'll be too late. Chenko, you're up.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do now is basically I'm going to go for what's the sure thing. I'm going to turn back towards the checkered board that we've just crossed with the electricity and try to get the centipedes to cross that checkered board that I know exactly which squares are safe, right? So
yeah, you jump back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with your turn, you can move and do an action like attack or cast a spell, or you can just choose to move twice. Do you want to move once or twice?
Twice.
Okay, you do that. You're clearing all the way back east. You can even get to like the first checkerboard, like on the other side of that. You're fine. Like you just kind of do. You're right there on the edge.
I'm basically right behind nearly the first checkered board, but not yet. I want to see whether the second checkered board, if they chase me, and would they be done by the electricity? You know, I want to get them electrocuted by making them cross that checkered board.
Absolutely,
is he in danger of running out of the light by running back?
Well, right now he is. Yeah, he is. You would stop before you ran into the darkness. He's right on the edge of the. So he got through the electrocution checkerboard, and he's in the safe limestone tiles on the far side. If you were to press even further, you would be into the black. Right now, you can be seen. You're on the very edge of the light. You don't want to move twice, actually. You would be. Okay. I would never put you in a position like that where you didn't realize it, and I didn't realize it, and like, oh yeah, now you're dead. Oh, guys, I got great news. The torch just went out.
Unreal.
And guess what? It's my turn. This is perfect. So I've got a bunch of these like snake creatures. You saw one, definitely two, because there was one off to the side. You don't know how many of them there are. And there are 4 targets at the very edge of this room that I can choose to just gobble up and completely destroy. Ladies and gentlemen, use your luck tokens. You're going to need them because I, again, am attacking with advantage. And you all are at disadvantage on all activities. So DC 12 at disadvantage, intelligence check to relight a torch. but it's my turn. And I'm going to randomly assign, Chenko is not a target. He's too far away. But I have 4 people right on the edge of my room here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. The first target is, it's Frath. You can't see it. You saw it for a moment. Frath, what's your armor class?
10.
Okay. You feel something brush by your leg.
I got chills thinking about that. That's gross.
You actually feel like a little, like you're wearing wizard robes. Your robes are a little slimy now. This is probably going to be a hit. Oh, maybe. Corv, what's your armor class?
My AC is 11.
Yeah. You feel something swallow, get its slimy mouth around your free hand. And you feel it doesn't have bone teeth. It has some kind of chitin, razor sharp. It grabs onto you and then rakes down as it tries to like pull you in with like a suction kind of force, but you're too big for it to eat in one bite. But it does take some of your flesh with it. It's going to take not much. Hey, no big deal. No big deal. You got this. It's only a D4. 3 points of damage as some of your flesh, your green skin comes off with this thing. So it's just like trying to like almost like milk you for food, and it comes away. But you notice that like the slime, it's in your wound. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. That's a natural 20, sir.
Is that also a disadvantage because it's totally dark?
It is a disadvantage. No, it's not. It's only checks, I think. It would be weird for that to have any effect.
Thanks for the suggestion.
It would be weird, but totally in keeping with your themes and way of doing things.
All right. Next attack. Next one of you've 2 people have been targeted. Maybe everybody gets one. We'll see. Fizzle Boom. Fizzle, what's your armor class?
7.
You are knocked to the side as this thing comes up onto some of its hind legs, thousands of legs, and attempts to like push you down. It comes up and it tries to like spin you or like knock you down, but like your body turns just from the ick of like one of the little legs kind of like coming up and touching you, and you spin a little bit and it misses as it comes crashing down as it attempts to pin you.
You are kidding me. It missed me with an armor class of 7.
Bro, I rolled a 3 and a 5. So I had a 4 and a 6 on the attack rolls. Okay, and then the last attack, there is 4 of these little turds. This is against number 1. This is against Corv again. Corv. Bro, I got really bad news. This thing, you pulled one off of your arm. And the next one, like you try to like kick it away, and as you bring your foot up to like send that thing away from you, kind of like on instinct, just lash out, another one gets your boot around your ankle all the way up to the knee, and it rakes those chitinous teeth, those razor sharp internal teeth that are just constantly pulling and sucking, trying to get something out of it.
Any chance these luck tokens can be used on NPCs to get them to reroll, or no?
I think that is a part of luck tokens. I can't remember. To give disadvantage, you could.
I mean, I'll happily.
Do you want to give disadvantage? All right, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Sure, let's go for it. You spend one of your luck tokens. You still have one because you start the campaign with one, and you were gifted one. Also, my ear trumpet, you could gift another because you did another membership. So if you want to give out another luck token to somebody or to cause trouble for them, let me know. And so, yeah, go ahead and let's see. I will roll one more time. That's still a hit, bro. I have advantage. Right. Good try. Here's what you can do, though. You take 4 points of damage. it takes your whole leg from the knee down, rips and shreds. Are you conscious?
I am doing so well right now.
You're up. Okay, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and use that other luck token.
Might as well.
Hopefully-
As I was saying, I can carry a body on the disc behind me.
Well, I rolled an 8 the first time, and then I rolled a 7 the second time. Do I get to choose the higher of the two, or do I have to take the second roll?
You have to take the new roll. And
Okay, I get a
so
total of 8.
a total of 8 with your con modifier. So you feel the slime of this thing. You got lucky with your arm, but the second one, it got you really, really well. And it just, the slime of its mouth gets into the leg wound, and you feel your body go numb. You lock up tight, and you are paralyzed for some time. And now it's going to go to Corv's turn. You are locked up tight.
Nice.
Yeah, you cannot do anything this turn. It's going to go to Screw Tape. What's up?
I would like to use my action to pray a little bit, just in my head.
You try.
Permissible.
All right, Screw Tape. What's the plan of action here?
Um,
Oh, you guys are so dead.
Yeah, I don't have any torches. I think the only thing I really can do is attempt to run across the checkerboard to try to get away without frying myself.
Okay, so this is great. So you're going to take your movement. The lights go out. You're going to take your movement. You know kind of where things were. There is a chance you can make it. Almost impossible. Your instincts are telling you to get away from these. There's something in the dark. And so you jump across the checkerboard. And luckily, I already have something set up for this. You hop across, 1, 2. You feel your body is on fire. Your muscles are twisting. Your knee wants to explode from the electricity as it bolts into you. I need a dexterity saving throw. It's a dexterity check.
14.
14. All right. You take 1 point of electrocution as your body you kind of get a little shock, and you make it to the other side. You actually got lucky. I rolled a 1 on the die. Super lucky. Okay. And then any action you want to try to attempt?
I can't think of anything to do. I'm stuck in the dark here.
Yep. Pogo.
I do
Frath.
have a torch, so I'm going to try to light it.
All right. Disadvantage DC 12 intelligence. You actually have a solid modifier too. So you're the person to do this.
Not with that roll. That's a 10.
Oh, just so close. It's all right. Oh man. Okay. So
I will
try. You pull out your torch.
Run across the checkerboard.
All right. You're trying to get this thing lit as you're running. You feel like you're instantly on fire. Like something is wrong. This isn't the way it's supposed to feel. Your body locks up tight, and you take 2 points of electrocution as you're hopping. You kind of stumble a little bit, and you get to the other side, and you bump into Screw Tape. You feel it, the little body right next to you. Fizzle boom. What is going to happen here, guys? Come on.
I'm going to curl up in a ball on the floor and call my mother's name.
You do that.
I mean, I'm going to try and light a torch. Let's see. That would be a 5, so no.
Yeah, you're fumbling around. You can't even find your flint and steel. You're like, it was in this pocket, and then like you're feeling, you're like, did it fall out? Where is it? You don't know.
If I
Chenko.
use a luck token right now, does that
You
give me
can't.
a re-roll of disadvantage? Like I roll both to do that again?
You just roll again and take the new number. Maybe it's in your other pocket.
I'm going to use one of those. I'm lucky enough. I'm lucky like that. I'm lucky.
Come on.
Okay, I'm not that lucky today. I'm just not all that lucky today.
Shadow dark. Okay,
It's very dark. I'm very
Competent human
confused.
adventurers ever.
Chenko, you are on the far side of the electrocution floor. You're next to the blade floor. There's a door to the south that you got the magic book from. What are you gonna do?
All right, so right now I realize that all the lights have gone off. The pressing need right now is to light a torch, which I'm going to try despite my horrible intelligence, because
Go for
we
it.
just need a torch.
Is your dexterity better?
Dexterity
is
or
it
what?
intelligence
What do you
or
roll?
dex?
Dexterity or intelligence.
Dexterity,
Okay.
dexterity, please.
Sorry,
My
guys, if that
intelligence
influenced your
trumps that.
choice earlier,
don't
I
even-
apologize. Yeah.
No, even with my stunning intelligence bonus, I still failed utterly.
All right, man, let's do this. I roll dexterity. Ah, shit, failed. Spend luck token.
Yeah.
Go for it. So you have
Luck
2, so just make sure to erase one of them and you are ready to go.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to use one of my luck tokens and roll the next one. Come on, please. Oh, okay. Thank God, 16.
Finally, somebody got over a 12. Perfect. Okay, so boom, you light up the torch, and you can see that at the very edge of your torchlight, your friend is kind of like paralyzed. His body is like clenched up. There's a little goblin on the floor crying for his mommy. Please, mommy. He's like looking around for his flint and steel, and the light comes on. They're on the other side of the checkerboard. Next to you, though, is a little goblin that you know has been like checking the doors for you, and a taller human. You guys have split up across this tile floor, and it's the centipede's turn. There are 2 targets left. One of them is all locked up tight, ready to be gobbled up. And the other is green and quaking in his little shoes, tiny little goblin boots. I think these creatures are not the smartest in the world. And so they've got themselves a paralyzed victim. They've got dinner served to them on a platter. And so they're going to try and drag him away.
Well, friend would really be a strong way to describe our relationship.
The first one attempts to pull and cannot. The first one attempts to pull and cannot get any leverage. The second one cannot get any leverage. These things are bugs, and this is a big orc body. They're trying their best to like just drag you off. Typically, they stun and eat where they are. Yeah, they have a -3 on their strength. There's two more attempts. I'm just going to roll them together. Okay, so that actually is a 16. So with that, the orc falls over, and they begin to scuttle him away into the racks, into the book racks. And it is now... Chenko, what did you do on your turn, buddy? I'm sorry, did I skip you?
Yeah, but all I did was light a torch. But is that...
Oh,
can I do
that is your
something
turn. Yes, that is your turn.
That's all, right?
Unless if you want to move, you can move too.
Well,
I'm
no,
sorry,
there's nowhere
I
I
think
can
I
move
skipped
to at the moment because I'm on the other side of the checkerboard and I don't want to actually go back.
You don't want to go back over. Okay, cool. So yeah, they actually spend...
Now everyone can see. At least now there's light, right? Even the guys in the library.
They spend all of their time, like all of their turns, just trying to like take him away. And Corv, that's actually when I rolled a 1 on a D4 of how many rounds you were going to be paralyzed. And so you get to do something now. You're laying on your back. You can finally feel like your body like moving a little bit. I can tell you that this game, you do not have to defeat all of the enemies. what you have to do is scare them enough to get a morale check. And if they realize that like you're too much of a threat, they might just flee. But right now, you guys have done nothing to these bugs except for be victims. And right now, they're feeling really confident about eating you. Corv, what are you going to do?
So since I got knocked down and I've been like dragged and I can like just barely out of like the corner of my eye see my friends just fucking off in the other direction. I've been like screaming, but like, trying to yell at them. As soon as I'm not paralyzed anymore, just the string of profanity and the Orcish language just comes flying out of me for like 5 or 6 seconds straight. Is my greatsword within reach?
It's in your hand.
Excellent.
You locked up tight.
Can I get to my feet?
They're wrapping up on you. You are kind of like being drug on your back. So like they have your legs in their tentacles. And so like you could cut your way to your feet, but for right now, you'll need to kill something.
Okay, so just like from this position, then I just like sit up and just like just swing forward.
Only one of them got you, by the way. All three of the others missed you, or they have such a bad strength modifier, like they couldn't get you, but one of them does. So give me an attack roll. This is just a normal D20. Add your strength modifier. No big deal.
Am I disadvantaged? Am I in the dark?
You are not. You are on the edge of the torchlight. So I think it's fine. Because who all has a torchlight right now?
Just check.
Oh, I think now you've been pulled north into that library. You are at disadvantage.
All right. Are there any other things that you'd like to do to me before I make this roll today, Mr. Mike?
How about you also just take 6 points of damage and go.
I appreciate that. All right, here comes a disadvantaged roll. Okay, so if you add those two dice together, it equals 7.
Yeah. So what you can do is so here's how it works.
Did I use both of my luck tokens before, by the way?
You used one. If you want to use a luck token, you roll both dice again, and then again take the lower number.
What are we doing here? All right, new dice.
Everything's on the line, bro. So like, if you don't use your luck token now, I will kill your character as soon as it's my turn again.
That's not nice or fair. All right, here we go.
It's not nice, but it's totally fair.
I roll a 12 to hit.
A 12 is a hit.
Let's go.
You swing horizontally across like the bottom of your body. Your greatsword is massive, and so like once you get it going, like it does the work for you. Just the gravity of this thing, it cuts into the bug. Go ahead and roll some damage for me. You roll a D12 and then add 2 points of damage to it.
Okay, that, my friend, is a total of 13 points of damage.
Razor sharp, your blade slices through this thing like cream cheese, and the goop that makes up 95% of this insect splatters out across your legs, and the one that was holding you is bisected and its guts are everywhere. The other three are just a little further away from you. They were kind of like moving along parallel with the one that was carrying you, and you have completely obliterated that one. Screw tape.
Whatever slurs I know about humans and also goblins are just flying out at light speed as I cleave this thing in half.
Yeah. It's one that like a common one is like carrot farmer, because these humans are pretty weak, and they have this idea that like, oh, we'll just grow food in the ground and not train military combat skills to protect ourselves, and oh, we don't build fences around our farms, and we're constantly being raided. So carrot farmer is like a pretty abusive word. Scolding almost. Call a bunch of carrot farmers.
And I'll just get to my feet and continue yelling at the other centipedes, hoping that they will go somewhere.
Screw tape, you're up, buddy.
Are any of them within the torchlight, like that I can see?
No, you have hopped down the hallway away from that door. Your torchlight kind of ends at the edge of that doorway. So into the library, you can see like 5 feet into the library. You actually couldn't even see how many of these giant bugs were in the room when the torch went out. You just saw movement and then black. Now you can see the end of the hallway. Your friend got drug in there, and he's screaming about how you're all a bunch of coward carrot farmers. You are a goblin, and you're not really offended by that. But you know that like other people can hear it, and you're like, sorry.
Is Corv still down?
You don't know where he is. He was drug off into the library. You can't see him from your point of view. You'd have to go back across the tiles to go back where little Fizzleboom was squat down, and he's kind of like, ugh.
Okay, in that case, I want to look in the direction that I last saw Corv when he was being dragged off. And I want to toss a grappling hook out to him.
Well, you went east along the hallway. You are out of like, you'd have to go 30 feet and then turn to the north to even like see where he is to throw it to get the line of sight.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you fled across the checkerboard. Now you can spend 2 turns getting back over there and getting close to him, or you could spend 1 turn getting it back across and then throw the grappling hook. But from where you are right now, can't be done.
Okay, when I crossed the checkerboard, was it in a straight line?
Yeah, you tried to like hop around and hope that you hit the black because you did it in the dark. So eventually you did hit like a white spot and you got shocked for 1 point of damage, but you have crossed this board before and stayed on black tiles and been safe.
Okay, in that case, I want to call out to the others, call to try to get them to retreat and move along the checkerboard, not go all the way to them, but to the other side, so that if they get to me, that I could show them the way back so they don't get fried.
Okay, so you actually you're a party of 3 on the far side of the electrocution board, and there's the blades on your right, and then there's Corv and Fizzleboom on the opposite side of the electrocution board. But you don't know where Corv is. You lost sight of him, and Fizzleboom is over there, and you're yelling at him, let's retreat. Correct?
Yes.
And then you want to move to the other side of the blades. Correct?
Not yet. I'm waiting there on the tile so that when Fizzleboom and Corv come back, they can get back without triggering a trap.
Cool. Okay, and then it's going to go over to Pogo. Frath, dude, you've got a magic wand. You can save the day.
I can't see him, though.
From where you are. But you could take your movement, get it back across the checkerboard, and then you could... who's got the light? Oh, yeah, Chanko. I mean, You'd be casting it at disadvantage.
I'll try it. I'll go back across the electric stuff.
Black tiles, completely safe. You pull out your wand of star metal. Mm-hmm. The light is back over where you just left. You're looking at shadows in there. Last you saw, they were in there. Mm-hmm. You just go and point. You send out a bunch of smoke tentacles. Go ahead and roll a d20. You need an 11 with disadvantage.
That is a 7.
7. Yes. Luck token?
Oh, actually, yes. I forgot I have those.
Will he sleep the 2 of us if this is a success?
So Fizzleboom, you are not. Yeah, but you are not in the rectangle. You will be standing right next to him. He hops across and points it into the darkness of the library, hoping to just hit something around. And you failed the first roll. How about the second one?
Same score.
Okay. And the wand has failed to work, and it will not work again until tomorrow. Fizzleboom.
I snatched that wand out of his hand and cast sleep into the darkness.
You try to take it, it doesn't do anything. It's
darn
shorted out. Maybe it's out of
batteries. It would be work for me. All right, I will. I go. Oh, he's alive, fellows! Our friend needs help, and I light a torch.
Yeah, you can do that. Just normal DC 12. It's very easy to do in the light. No disadvantage.
I'm spending my other luck token.
Yes, wasting it on a torch. I love it.
If it's getting a torch lit, which it is, it's not a waste.
You need the light over here because this is where the fight is.
I need the light. So my third torch is being lit.
So War God, Jeremy, great to see you, buddy. Thanks for hopping in. This is a stream just for the channel members. If you are a channel member on the Scudder for Mike YouTube channel, you are invited to the Discord. I do send out the link, and you can sign up for games. Jeremy, you would absolutely. You don't need to be vetted. You are more than welcome to join us on stream live, so I can kill your character.
No, the loyal viewers would have been gifted a Shield Brother membership by now. So
that's true. You probably
Jeremy for not having a gifted membership by now.
check YouTube. You might be a member already.
Yeah, actually, he probably is.
Yeah.
Will be in a second. Any second.
All right, re-roll that D20. Let's get the light going. We have 19 minutes before you have to make a full retreat.
Re-roll it and scratch it off. That is my second luck token, but I did succeed on the second one with 16 total.
The room lights up, and you can now see your friend Corv is lying in a pile of bug guts, and he's like wiping the slime off of his face and like the chunks of it. He's just throwing it to the ground. He's got this massive sword in hand, and Corv, you were able to stand up on your turn after you.
Oh, there you are! I thought you were dead.
Chenko,
Get the fuck over here right now.
Get over here. There's still 3 of these giant bugs. Chenko, what are you gonna do, man? You can see your goblin friend just lit a torch on the far side of that checkerboard. You're about 30 feet away from him, and you can hear shouting, "Get in here now!"
So I hear Fizzleboom shouting to. Who's shouting to who?
They're all talking to each other. Get over here! And he's like, "Oh, you're alive! Great!" You can hear all of it. It's just right across the room. Yeah.
In this case, I make sure I back off a little bit, but I make sure there's a constant stream of light carrying across as much distance as possible, so that people could see when they're moving. And I just keep, just yelling for the guys to come over this way to get out, at least past the checkerboard. And my keywords in my sentence is, let them trigger the trap.
Yeah, you're trying to get these things to just
let them trigger the trap.
Absolutely.
That is my keyword.
Right. You pull back. Fizzleboom has part of the path lit. You have the other part of the path lit. This hallway is more than lit. And the 3 remaining centipedes are ready to eat. We've got normal attacks going out. There are no this is not an advantage anymore. Finally, it's a level playing field, but the damage is already done. And
Does there happen to be like a morale check on these guys as I?
So I can tell you the rules for the game are pretty clear. If you destroy the leader, these creatures don't have one. You will force a morale check immediately. If you destroy half of the numbers of the creatures, you will force a morale check.
All right, buddy, roll low. Let's go.
Here we go. They are all attacking you. That was a 3 on the die. I'm not going to say cuss words. I'm not gonna get demonetized. You fucking stupid dice. All right, here we go. Next one. 4 on the die, guys. 4 on the die.
Let's go.
But there's a 3rd attack. Sorry. And how many hit points you have? 1, 2.
That's an undisclosed number. I'm awake, Mike.
Bro, you've already been hit twice. I know this is it. Here we go. 6 on the die. That's a 7. 6 on the die. Right there. Everybody can see it. Yeah, that's the 6. It was a 3, a 4, and then a 6. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. All right. The worms are attempting to like stand up and like knock you down. You pull your blade up as they come up and you're just kind of shoving them back one after another. Doop, 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 doop. They're trying to pull you down using the weight, their bulbous weight, to like overwhelm you and knock you back down to the floor where they can continue to like consume you, dissolve you. But it seems that Ramlat, the god of pillaging and fighting, who declared to your bloodline only the strong will survive, has decreed that you are strong. It's now Corv's turn. You've resisted 3 of these centipedes as they've been like piling on top of you. What are you going to do? Oh, there are no opportunity attacks. If you just want to run and let the traps do their work, you guys can always just run without opportunity attacks. That is something that is not featured in Shadowdark.
Where I come from, there are 2 things that bring you honor. Slaughtering those that stand in front of you or dying in battle. These are the 2 options. So just with another big cleave, I'm just coming across and just
you can run. You can run to your enemy.
I don't know what that word is. Here we go.
Ramlot for Corv, Ricky Bobby. Ramlot for Corv.
That is a 22 to hit.
I'll let you roll damage.
Let's go.
Roll a 1 on the D12. I dare you to roll a 1.
That's going to be a total of 14 points of damage.
Describe what it looks like as you handle this giant centipede.
I push the first one off of me and turn around, and I'm pointing my greatsword across the checkerboard at the idiots behind me. I said, "Get the fuck over here!" And then I just spin around and cut one of them in half and just continue to scream at them in Orcish.
You splatter bug guts across the books, these ancient texts, these priceless artifacts of history, just covered in bug guts. And again, they pop like water balloons, and the viscera, the bug juice everywhere. So it starts to like puddle and run across the floor. You're like stepping in like an inch thick of this goop. They're like 95% juice, and it goes to screw tape.
Beautiful.
What are you gonna do?
Is that a morale check?
You don't know. It'll be on their turn.
Oh, okay. And I didn't see any of this happening then, right?
No, but you can hear shouting like, "Get in here, you cowards!"
I'm going to hold my position, but I'm also going to ready an arrow.
Okay, yeah. So you're cocked and ready to go. If these things come out, you're gonna shoot one.
Yeah.
Frath, you can look into the room. You're looking at this bloodbath. Corv he's got a wounded leg. Some of the meat of his calf muscles like just hanging off. You can see like his arm is burned and scratched, but he's wielding his blade, his 2-handed greatsword, like a champion. What do you do?
I think you've got this handled. I'm gonna stay back and stay out of your way.
Fizzleblue, what are you gonna do, man?
Good luck! And I scamper across the checkerboard. You gotta let the traps do the work.
Jeremy, I'm not joking. You need to join our game and come play with us. Okay, yeah, you scuttle off and run away. Chenko, you're on the far side of that first trap, and now Corv is in complete darkness in that room by himself. And all of the torchlight is now with you. The hallway was well lit. And now both torches are on top of each other as Fizzlebloom abandoned the orc again.
Oh. I'm just following the paladin.
All right, like I swear internally in paladin because I can't swear out loud because I'm a paladin. And I walk back across the checkerboard just so that Corv could have light.
All right. You can do 2 moves, or you can move once and then just kind of stand there and do nothing.
Just enough, the bare minimum, so that he could have light.
How very
hop
brave
back
of you.
across. Yeah, you hop back across just in time to see. The 2 of you can see the light come into the library, and it went dark in there for a moment, and then the light comes back in, and the remaining bugs fled on a 4 of their morale check, which I rolled like when Corv killed that creature. I rolled it and I was just like waiting to share. You're in a library, a vast library that like there's a lot of like bookcases, and you can see that there is a doorway leading out of this room on the west. There's the hallway leading south where you came into this room, and there's just like bookshelves and bookshelves, lots of rotted, dusty old books. There's an ornate desk with a leather chair that's like peeling and cracked. And I think with that, we are out of time. You guys do get 2 XP for defeating the centipedes.
Oh, sorry, who gets XP for defeating the centipedes?
Everyone shares in the.
Just
Thank
checking.
you so much, Corv. Your bravery, you really pushed it over the top for us today.
Very little treasure. You guys do need to flee. Sorry, but you have just enough time with your torch to head back to town or back out of the place and tell Jareem that you could not finish the job. Maybe after some rest and relaxation, maybe equipping yourselves a little bit better, even though you didn't get any gold. You are out of time, so we're going to have to pull back. You have the pathway safe. You know that if you take the black stones, you can get back through the hallway, and then you pass through a white marble archway, a black marble archway, a black marble archway. You're back at the door. Dream. How'd you do? Is it all done?
I walked past
Yes,
him.
it's fine. Go on down.
Okay. Great.
Just
So I hope you
kidding, just
recovered a
kidding.
lot of
That is
treasure.
that is not the truth. Don't listen to me. Listen to the York. I can't believe a sane person is saying such a thing. But listen to the
Chenko,
York.
I see your hand up, buddy. Did you want to
Yeah,
say
I
something?
actually have 2 points. I'm just saying on the way back, can we take stuff from the library, or can Jay?
No
or,
time to
take
loot the
stuff from room
library.
with the cages or anything? No.
Sorry, we are confined by the session. Whatever happens in the session, this is the only downside of one-to-one time, in that we can't
Right.
just pause and say we spend time searching. We are confined by the restrictions of how much time happens in session, and then you have freedom while we are away from the game to send me orders on what you want your character to do, how you want to pursue your personal goals in downtime,
Okay.
because time is going to continue to pass. But the adventure in the dungeon, for now, your little ragtag group of alliance is done. You no
Okay.
longer owe anything to anybody else. You've split the treasure as best you could, which is nothing, and a couple of magic scrolls. So maybe you can tell me who gets those scrolls. There's 2 of them. How do you guys want to divvy them up? There's sleep and light.
I would be
Between
happy with
wizards.
either one of those.
You know what? Me too.
You want to roll for it?
You guys go ahead.
Okay. On a 1 to 10, I will take sleep. On an 11 to 20, I will take light. I have rolled a 7, so sleep.
All right, I will take light.
Very cool. So you do divvy those up. You can send me your orders and downtime. So let me describe to the audience what this is going to look like. You've pulled out of the dungeon. Dream still doesn't have his space clear. Maybe you guys can team up again next week. There is an event in the calendar for Shadowdark stream. Maybe you bring new characters while, let's say, over the next couple of days, Corv is trying to heal. He's rolling his dice and he just keeps hitting a 1 every time. And he's like, you know what? In 6 days, we're playing again, which I think is a Saturday, or for me, it's a Saturday. He's not healed up. Maybe I take a new character, or maybe he does heal up and he wants to bring Corv again. You guys are going to send me your downtime orders. Maybe you want to spend a day learning your spell scrolls. Maybe you want to get to know some of the people in town, in the city. There are factions at play. So you can just say, Mike, I'm curious to meet the Thieves Guild. I want to join the Thieves Guild. Mike, I want to join the Fighters Guild. Maybe I want to do some pit fighting in my downtime to make extra gold and like build renown for myself. We will be using the renown system in Shadowdark RPG, Curse Scroll number 6. And so what that means is everyone's renown in Thane, the city that we're set in, is equal to your charisma modifier. as you level up, as you accomplish great deeds, as you build relationships with people, your renown will go up. The higher it is, the better things happen for you, the more likely people are to work with you or to listen to you. The bigger your armies can be for Hell March, using mass combat to invade other countries, other armies. But we've only just scratched. Yeah, I got mine. I got mine right here too. We've only just scratched the surface of what this campaign has to offer, and so I will be making an after action report where I describe everything that happened. I'll share that on my Substack. I hope you guys can read about it. I will do a session recap where I will resolve what you guys sent me for your downtime. And so downtime has two aspects in Shadowdark. One, you get to make a quick D20 roll to resolve an activity. Like I research my spell scroll, or I pit fight, something like that. And I'll send you a list of things you can choose. That's a quick little thing. And you can do one of those in between every session. Doesn't really matter. It's just a fun little something that you're using the book to kind of engage with the mechanics of the rules. The second part is the more important part. This is, how does your character, your PC, interact with the world? What does he really care about? Because one of the limitations of conventional play is that when we stop the game, you're always with your friends. You know, maybe you guys don't even like each other. Maybe you have no reason to work together other than getting treasure. And somebody like a goblin thief is not going to have the same interest as somebody who's a human paladin. And so if you guys are always together, you're not really able to strike out on your own. Even with my best friends, I don't spend every waking moment with my best friends, and you guys are not even that. You are business associates at best. And so imagine spending every day, all day with your coworkers. It's not going to be something you want to do. So in your downtime, I want you to tell me, like just generally what you want to do, and you and I will work together to create what happens. And then you will, based upon my instructions, write a paragraph, maybe 5 or 6 sentences, describing what your character did. It can be filled with lies about other characters. It can be filled with false rumors or real things, but nothing happens in downtime that isn't shared through a scene post. It's called scene. And so let's use Chenko, for example. He is a lawful good paladin. He wants to, be a hero. Let's pretend that he wants to work with the Church of Madeira, which is who he worships. And he wants to crusade and go out and build an army and go fight with these evil, chaotic overlords. We work on that together. We resolve the downtime together. And then based upon the results of a die roll, he will write what happened to be shared anonymously. He'll write up like the great Chenko went on a crusade and he destroyed a bunch of orcs, and the evil Fizzlebloom was there and he cast sleep on a lot of Chenko's soldiers. It's not true at all. He's making it up. He wants to manipulate other people to not like Fizzlebloom. And maybe he doesn't like Fizzlebloom because he's an evil goblin wizard. And so he's trying to plant seeds of doubt. The post is delivered to me as the dungeon master, and I share it anonymously with everyone. So we don't know which aspects of it are true. We don't know what's real. We just have an idea of what's going on in the world, but nothing happens unless if it's a scene post. Do we got that? Is that clear? Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Viewers, thank you for all the donations today. It was super fun. I'm sure they love getting the luck tokens, so keep them coming in. Also, be willing to create a random encounter, a terrible thing for them to happen. So thanks guys for playing with me, and I will catch everyone